Yep. Yeah, man. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence Podcast. Oh, boy. So before I go anywhere, let me go all the way to the top. My sister Shauna had a lot to say. We're going to address it all. Sister had a lot to say. So, we're gonna address it all. We want to get to the bottom of everything. Know what I mean, Bern? Know what I mean? Let's get it. Oh boy. All right. Shawa, salute. Shauna. What up, sis? Jose Diaz, love is a word. Philip D, what up? Flawless mentality. Salute. Rod Neal, Mr. Shelton. Woke, my brother LaRon. Love is the word. I see you. Mike the Reaper, where you been, bro? Woke, what up? Jared, what up? Anthony Bolton, Omega Red, my brother Macados, Mac of the South. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. I got questions. JC, my brother, salute. Alfred, Big Block. Well, here's the question. Do women compete for men or against each other for bragging rights? And there's a reason why I picked this picture, y'all. But first, let's read what our good sister Shauna TB had to say. Hello, of course, we compete for certain men. Now, before I go any further, I need, Dr. Mark can come on. He can ask for a link. I'll send him a link. It's all good. LaRon, if you want to come on too. Big Block, salute. Everybody's welcome. I said compete. Love is a word. I said compete, not complete. Compete. Whoever wants a link, just ask me. I'll send you a link. It's all good. So I want 502 King, salute. CB Sports TV, my brother Carl Burrell in the building. Now, I want y'all to read what Shauna said. She said, of course, we compete for certain men. All right? Shauna, I knew you was going to do this. So I'm going to put that in the chat so no one forgets it. Certain men, she says. Now, let me go back to what the sister said. Here is something to think about before this podcast starts on this subject. I am going to have to do this in 3 or 4 comments because I run out of word space. That's fine. Part 1. There were a couple of experiments that mimic what we do on the net, where you put a bunch of peps in a room. What does that mean? And based on looks, gravitate toward your attraction. Everybody runs towards the 10. Who are you talking about? A bunch of people's in a room, and everyone runs towards the 10. What do you mean? All right, let's read. Part 2. From 10 to about 5 in looks, everybody goes for the next best thing. When you have the leftovers who settle, fortunately, true attention does not work this way. Here we go. Yet, that is what we are doing, scrolling through pics and judging on that. Then trivial things like money and weight. Okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Now, I have this picture up here for a reason. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, all right? Shauna said, certain men. Women gravitate towards certain men. Certain men. Who are these men, Shauna? Now, I have this picture up here for a reason. Now, we do agree that people are visual. Yes? People are visual. Hence why everyone has a preference. Some men like dark-skinned women, light-skinned women, Latinas, white women. I've seen it all. Shauna says true attraction, not attention. How do you define the two? What is true attraction? Because I know a lot of people that are from overseas that do not find American women attractive. Now let's look at this picture. Let's look at this picture, y'all. The reason why I picked this picture, and I don't know any of these women, and I am not being disrespectful, but the reason why I picked this picture is because these are several different types of Black American women that I know of. Let's just say they're American. They could be European for all I know. These are all women of different shapes, sizes, and shades of color. I know a brother that will not date a woman that can't rock her natural hair, so he wouldn't fuck with any of these women right here on the page. All right? You understand? Shauna says people are visual. Visually, we all go for the 10. Here's my problem. What defines a 10? I know a lot of Pookies and Ray Rays. I have known a lot of Pookies and Ray Rays. The looks department, they are 10s. With big old dicks from what I heard, because they had bitches going crazy. But they lived at home with their mama. 1.2 kids later, after they ran through the wall at light speed at 35 years old, going into 36, after fucking off their youth, now they're ready to be wives. So if a Black man says, you know what, I like my woman with real hair, every woman on this picture is disqualified. Every last one of them. Okay? Let's say I like light-skinned women. I see 2 and maybe 3. The rest are DQ. I like a tall bitch. That's chick over there on the far right with the split in her skirt. But I need my chick in shape. How many of these women are DQ'd in this picture? See what I mean? Now let me ask y'all a question. Who's a 10 in this picture? And don't lie. Don't lie. Because Shauna said people are visual and they usually gravitate towards a 10. So if I walk in the room, where's the 10 on this picture? Go ahead. Go ahead. You just said visually you go for a 10, and then you said, but we do that without talking to people and from our own image and personality in our head. That's a contradiction, sis. That's a contradiction. A big one, too. Because I know many a Pookie that were good looking by y'all standards because y'all determined what's hot. I know many a Pookie that was good looking, but they weren't worth a damn, but they still got all the pussy. And I have the statistics to prove it. 16% of those men are responsible for 19% of the childbirths. So y'all are picking these guys. And these be the women with these high standards. Tell me I'm lying. These are the women with standards. These are the women when we tell them, look, man, why don't you just date an average looking guy? I don't want to. I deserve this. I deserve that. You don't deserve shit. What happens if they meet a guy that's a personal trainer that says, you know what, I just want a woman that can go with me to the goddamn gym? Who's DQ'd on this fucking picture? 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 are DQ'd. Like spades, 5 and impossible. Listen, Shauna, catfish, that's still fairly new to me. This is why this online shit never made sense to me. We're old school, Shauna. You're older than me. I'm used to going out, meeting a person, and sitting down and having a conversation. These kids, and they're not even kids, there's adults falling into this catfish shit. And it's retarded to me. I don't fathom it. They got whole shows about it. And I'm like, I don't identify with this. And this motherfucker getting catfish, he older than me. This woman getting catfish, she's my age. And why is she 46 years old getting catfished? What was she doing for the past 20 years? Well, what is real attraction? Shauna, who determines, and this is going to lead right into what I'm talking about. Who determines what's attractive? Do women compete for men or against each other for bragging rights? That's my question. We don't have to walk around the block. That's my question. Do women compete for men? Let's take it back. Josh, what up? Phenomenal Mexican, salute. I'm not convinced that women today, what do we call them? Modern women today. I'm not convinced they even know what men want. They think they know what they want. They think they know. They think they know what they want. They don't know. They want a man. What do they want? Watch this, y'all. Let's do this. Let me move this picture. All right. You remember the picture, right? I see 1, 2, 3, and a possible women that are overweight. The rest of them have fake hair. All right. And I walk into a lounge, and let's say I'm single. I walk into a lounge, and those are my options. How many of these women do you think, according to the statistics, how many of these women do you think are mothers? Okay. I'm going to gamble and say how many of these women on this page? 2, 4, 6, 8 women on this page. How many of these women are mothers? What are the odds that you think these women that are mothers are married? So if the math is 1 out of 5, women will get married, I would say 2 out of this 8 are probably married. They probably have a husband, maybe 2. And this is just the statistics. For all I know, they all might be married happily. For all I know, I'm just saying, due to the math. So I walk into a lounge and those are your options. And here's the deal. A Pookie, in my mind, will walk up to light skin on the far left, third from the left, maybe light skin second from the right. Get their number and see where the night take them. Right? Even if they're talking strange, if they're straight hood. Pookies will fuck a tree with spandex. But the average Joe, the 5'6", 5'5" guy that's a little overweight, but the nigga making $100,000 a year, but you won't know it. He's not dressed as good. He's not as tall. He's a little chunky. He has a harder time having a conversation, especially with big girl in the middle, the tall one with the long weave. He has a harder time. He got to buy her extra drinks. And I'm not saying that because she's a big girl. I'm just saying he got to buy extra drinks, extra hot wings. He has to be extra funny. He has to at least make her laugh. His game is different. He got to work extra hard. And once she finds out that he has extended resources, she don't want to go out on one date. She want to go out on multiple dates. Even if she don't find him attractive. But here's the deal. Steve L. the Max, salute, Philip D. Demon Kennedy, salute. So here's the deal. All of those sisters, obviously, I'm going to say they know each other. Love is a word says why? Why what? Jason, yeah, I'm going to show you what happens when I'm being kind. I'm going to show you what happens because we're still going to get the same outcome. We're still going to get the same, we're going to get the same answer. It's going to be the same. Whether I'm nice about it or I'm on here screaming, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same results. And usually it requires the same attitude. Love is a word. She says, why does he have to work harder? Because women are visual. Shauna just said people walk into a room and they want 10s. So if those sisters, regardless of how they look, Pookie, 6 feet tall, slim, naturally, dressed very well, he has an easier time because he's better looking. Can we be honest? There is a beauty / handsome meter. Y'all know that. Not every woman can win a Miss America or Miss Universe pageant. Y'all know that. Not every dude can get on the Mr. Olympia stage. I'm Diesel, but I can't compete with those guys. I can't. I'm not in that kind of shape. I'm in shape, but I'm not in that kind of shape. Can we be honest? Nitty G, salute. Yeah, love is a word, but you see, you're a seasoned veteran. You understand. You understand. So you've been around the block, so you know certain things. So you know to give a person a chance. And you're like, oh, well, shit, this little guy that looked like a hobbit, he's raking in 150 a year. Be nice to him and secure the bag. And just because you're securing the bag don't make you evil. You have needs that need to be met. I'm assuming that you're not married or whatever. Let's say you're not married. Let's say you're not married. I don't know your marital status. I'm just saying, let's say you're not married. You're going to secure that bag. Well, shit, I want to be taken care of when I get old. He meets every financial criteria. Marriage is an arrangement. Y'all do know that, right? Love come later. That's how it used to be. Y'all ever read those vows? Why do you think as time passed, people started writing their own vows? Y'all know that? People start writing their own vows. DP Rocker, salute. JC. I know about Coolio, fam. I know that's sad. H-Town, salute. Shauna says, you know what I noticed about you, Shauna? You always look at the cup half empty instead of half full. But when I point out real things supported by stats, data, and statistics, facts, data, and statistics, you're pro-woman. You're so quick to defend the woman, even though the statistics prove otherwise. How it used to be is the father gave away his daughter to a man that he felt was competent and met the standards, and he trusted would take care of his daughter when the father's long gone. That guy had to ask the father for the hand in marriage. He didn't care if he loved her and sneaking away at night. No. Picasso, what up? Not my daughter. Rashad, what up? Jason Williams, Picasso. I miss anybody? Kane, what up? You goddamn right. I am so pro-man. I am. You're not. You're not. So who's going to be pro-man? I'm what? I'm fair. Do I justify the Pookies and Ray Rays? I denounced them. You wasn't here the other night. I spent like 20 minutes denouncing the Pookies and Ray Rays because they don't represent me, my father, my uncles, my grandfathers. They don't represent. I come from a long line, and you know this, of strong, working black men. And the Pookies and Ray Rays, they don't represent me. They don't. I could be pro-man and denounce that bullshit. Why can't women just be pro-woman and denounce the 90% of women that are making poor choices and call them out on it. What's up with that? You could be pro-female, but to a fault. I denounce Pookies and Ray Rays. What do you do? You did some research at the top of the chat. I don't know what that research was about and how that applied to the topic of this show. The topic of the show is very simple. Do y'all compete for men? The answer is no. You know why? These modern women are not competing for us. You know why? Y'all don't see value in us. You're so pro-women that you ignore the 90% of women that are making that are fucking up. You're not for Shanae and Lakeisha. Could have fooled me. Because every time I mention a woman's weight, I'm fat shaming. No, I'm not. She's fat. What do you want me to do about that? I just said people are visual. You just said people run towards the 10s. Even the people that don't deserve a 10. Now stop right there. You referred to the brother, the late great brother Kevin Samuels, as toxic negativity. Meanwhile, I know for a fact that you've never listened to an entire show. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. What you saw, what you heard was negativity from other women that fit the description of all the negative shit that he spoke on. And you also ignored the fact that when he first came around, for 3 years, he was telling black men to get right. He wasn't even talking to the black women for 3 years. He had one conversation with one chick, he went viral. Y'all helped him blow up. Instead of watching that, average at best, instead of watching it and saying, oh no, she was wrong. Because guess what, Shauna? She was dead wrong. She was dead wrong. She was dead wrong. Everybody in the chat saw that, but you. Let me get my champ side on. Press 1 in the chat if you saw the full average at best video. That's the video that went World Star and made Kevin Samuels take off. That video. You know why I'm pro-man? Because for 3 years, he was telling men to get right, to dress better, to speak better, further your education, get your money up, so that you qualify to court properly a woman. He was getting these young men to understand that if you better yourself, you become more of a catch than you already are. The numbers are already in our favor. Women outnumber us 16-1. So we have options. Good options in some of the bad ones. The Bone Quisha in the projects and Nicole that lives in the suburbs. There are black people that live in the suburbs. So now by the time you're 35, you're on your way to your financial stride. What does Kevin Samuels call them? Henrys. High earning, not rich yet, but you're on your way. You're making $80,000. A couple of more promotions. By the time you're 41, you're in that strong 6 figures. So between 35 and 41, now you got your shit in order. You can pick. You don't have to pick from the gutter. The projects, yeah, the gutter. Are they, now look, are there good people living in the projects? Yes. But do men that make $80,000 a year go looking in the projects? Now watch this. Kevin Samuels was saying, if you're working at McDonald's, you could be a good guy, but you're working at McDonald's and you're content there. You know what? You're average, probably below average. Let's say you're a manager at McDonald's and you're making $50,000 a year. Not bad. And you're content there. You got your little car, you got your little apartment, and you're good. Don't think for 1 minute you can go below 96th Street. If you live in New York, you know what I'm talking about. Everything below 96th Street is more expensive. And you could go to one of those lounges and bag a chick that is used to dating doctors and lawyers. You can't afford that. And guess what? You could be good looking. You could go to the gym every day. You could have a 6-pack. When you sit down with that woman, what do? I'm a manager at McDonald's up on 125th Street. You own it? No, I'm a manager. I work 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. I tell everybody what to do. You run fries, you own the nuggets, you mop the floor, get those buns out the oven. She's gonna be like, right, because she's not used to that. Now, why is it that she gets to make that call? That she got doctors and lawyers trying to court her, and here you come, I'm a manager at Mickey D's. Not saying you're a bad guy, you ain't got no criminal record or whatever. You don't qualify. You're shooting for the stars, and someone needs to level that shit out. Yo, bro, why you trying to bag her? If I was single, I can't bag Beyonce. That's just the reality of it. That's it. That's it. I can't bag her. I might be able to smash, but I can't bag her. I can't. That's the reality. Where were these women when Kevin Samuels was telling black men to get their shit together for 3 years? Where were y'all? Y'all waited until he had that one conversation, and by the time y'all saw it, it was chipped up and chopped up, and it made him look like a complete bad guy. Every woman that hates Kevin Samuels that I've spoken to, him like, did you watch a whole show? No, I seen clips. Please. This clips of me on YouTube right now got me saying shit that I didn't even say. They'll take a clip and you hear me say, oh, I hate niggas. Drew Titan hates black people. He hates his own. He self-hates. Really? Play the whole clip, dummy. Tell me I'm bullshitting. So Shauna referred to Kevin Samuels as toxic negativity. Guarantee you she never sat. His shows be like 2 hours. She never sat through it. Never sat through it. And if she did, when he's putting a woman in her place after she's disrespectful, she'll take the woman's side. Guaranteed. And that woman will be wrong. Where were you when this happened?
Yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh?
Oh, I weigh about,
to what?
depending on the day, between 280 to 285.
So you're a fat fucker.
Yeah.
So you think a 5'10", almost 300-pound dude, how much money you make?
Like 482 weeks.
So you make 400 every 2 weeks. So you make 800 a month. You make less than $10,000 a year. Okay.
But how many 20-year-olds was him?
Hold on. Dude, I was a 20-year-old and I was making far more money than that. In the 80s, the minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So I need to hear it. How long? You got a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't know Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I just said it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
You know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude, and you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing singles at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. And women should approach you. What they get? They don't even get a big dick.
Kevin Samuels didn't disrespect anybody until he was disrespected. He never called a woman a fat fucker. Never did. It was when he started serving them with logic and they started cursing at him, be like, "Go get your fat ass out of here." And he banged the phone on them. Was that toxic negativity or was he right? That caller was mad at women for not giving him a chance. And he said, well, hold on, what do you do for a living? How much do you make in a month? $800 a month? How you living, dude? And you supposed to get top of the line shit? Real Spill Midwest Boxer, salute. You supposed to get a top of the line female. You supposed to get an 8 or 9 female. Looks in the apartment, she suck dick and make a sandwich. You supposed to get that? You a 5'10", 300-pound man making $800 a month, you don't fucking qualify. Now watch this. He was absolutely right telling that man, you know, and any woman that got with him is setting herself up for failure. Oh, but he's a nice guy. What do you get? Razor, what up? What do you get? He said you don't even get a big dick. So you don't get money, you don't get a big dick. But you can live off love. He might be a nice guy. No. When I say secure the bag, that doesn't mean that your money grubbing. That don't mean that. That don't mean that. That doesn't mean that. You're supposed to be getting with a man for security. This man makes enough money. This man wants to extend his family, his lineage. That house I'll be moving in, all I gotta do is clean it, take care of the kids, and make sure he's revved up and ready to go every morning. Which is what women used to do for their men. Y'all remember the honeymooners? Alice was a home wife, and Ralph was a handful, but everything he did was in support of his household, as crazy as his ideas was. Look at how Ralph looked, and look at how Alice looked. Do you know how typical that was? Anando, salute. You know how typical that was? You see why I said the wall is different for women and men? Go look at the honeymooners. Look at how Ed Norton looked in Trixie. They got with them because of what they did. They wanted to be taken care of. It's right. It was right there in your goddamn face. This is an interesting question. Do you think someone with a 300 credit score and makes $20,000 a year is going to qualify for a $500,000 house? Nope. But you know what? If you look like The Rock and you just on the block, all of that shit don't matter, because a lot of women are just fucking, and they don't fuck around and be safe about it. Oh, he ain't wear a condom? Okay, just this once. Skeet, skeet. And they fuck around and keep the baby. And this is before Roe vs. Wade got overturned. That is dysfunction. And then when normal thinking men will call women out on that, Kevin Samuels will call them out on that. You know how many women will call the show single mothers and then say there's no good men out there? The facts, the data, the statistics didn't support what they were saying. And then get mad at him and every other man because they chose wrong? Okay, someone would be like, oh, well, I got with him and I was going to marry him, but he changed. That happens. But every woman that called up, I don't believe it. And he didn't believe it. And upon further investigation, when he talked to those women, what did we find out? They were full of shit. I was just listening to one of his old lives today. They're full of shit. So again, to my question, are the women competing to get men? Or y'all don't give a shit because y'all don't like us? How many women we got in the chat? 2? We got Love is a Word, we got Sean. I don't know if Sean went to bed. I don't know. So fuck it. Let's talk. Are they competing for us? Well, I'm off the market, but I'm talking about everybody else. I got younger relatives and they're confused. You know what I tell my younger relatives? Focus on your bag, your education, and move forward. By the time you're 35, it's gonna. And I know it seems far from now, but by the time you're 35 and you reach you're on your way to financial stride, you're gonna have more options. The girls that you think is beautiful, some of them are gonna have kids out of wedlock. The statistics show it, and this is our community with that shit. I'm not even talking about the Asian community. I'm not talking about the Latino community. I'm not talking about that. The Latins, the Asians, the Indians. I'm not talking about that. Do you see the Indians go through the same shit that we're going through in our community? The Chinese? And I already know, Big Brooklyn C. Salute, I already know what Sean is going to say because you said it before. Oh, those marriages are prearranged. You know, I don't see them complaining. But guess what I learned? And I just learned this a few days ago. Did you know the cheating rate in Indian women is very high? Did you know that? Mark, what up? So they get with the guy from India. He comes over here, gets an education. He's some sort of computer engineer. She spits out the kids, but now she's Americanized. She's fucking bored at home. So, yeah. Oh, love is a word. I know. It's prearranged. But let me ask y'all this. The dudes that they start fucking, can they leave their husbands and go hang out and go shack up with the dude that long dicked them? I don't care what race, culture, or creed they are. Would that be wise? And what happens when the man finds out? Y'all know what happens? Here's my question. Can they take care of themselves? No. I know. Here come the black woman. Oh, well, that's why women need to get her education and have her own. Great. You just fucked off the family structure. You're enabling that shit. Because they're here now in America, so now they're American. You just fucked off another American family with that thought process. They're not meant to be alone. But I'm not trying to get too far off topic. Y'all compete. How do y'all compete? Let's talk about how women compete. Y'all want to get y'all hair did. Y'all trying to outdo each other by way of clothes. You know what I'd like to see? Can y'all try and outdo each other by getting in a fucking gym?
That's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, frog the money, he did ride, Crambo.
What? You want me to send it to you on Rod? You want me to send it to you on the gram? Hit me on the gram. I'll send you the link. Hit me on the gram right now. DM, I'll send you the link. I'm reading JC's DM right now. That's crazy. John Boyega faces backlash after stating his dating preference, I only date black. Man, please. Everyone needs to stop being so fucking sensitive. All right, I got you, fam. There you go. Everybody in their feelings. Black women spend, yo, you know what the number I heard? I gotta research it. Do black women spend $1 billion on hair products a year? How much of that hair shit y'all buying that is owned by black people? Thank you, Shauna. You dress for yourselves. You don't dress for us. Because y'all don't like us. We're mean. We're nasty. We're misogynistic. We're toxic. Thanks to Oprah and Sally Jesse Raphael and Ricky Lake and every other fucking bitch that wanted to lie to you. And that's why the household is fucked up. Thank you. American household is fucked up. The black household is destroyed. Y'all don't like us because y'all believe what y'all see on TV. Y'all would rather parade around with Cardi B and listen to Beyonce, all my single ladies, and I don't cook and I don't clean. Them bitches are married, man. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Shona, do you know what men like? A real man? What do men like? Yeah, black women spend billions on their hair that is not owned by any black person. Those products are not owned. And instead of that, y'all should be investing into your black sons. Getting in some mentor programs. Y'all should be putting money into your sons and not your fucking hair. This is ridiculous, man. I know, Jason. I've been saying that. You having issues with the link? I'll send you another one. I don't know why. I sent you another one. See if that works. Shauna, you say it's not only black women. I'm only talking about my people. I worry about everybody else later. I'm talking about y'all, my black women. Love y'all. But I don't want my nephew fucking with y'all. Not in this atmosphere. Y'all are fucked up. The numbers prove it. Oh, well, I got a baby and a nigga left me. Who picked him? You did. You didn't know he was crazy? You didn't know he wasn't shit? You ain't know he was married? And then when you found out he was married, you proceeded to spit out the kid anyway? This is shit I've been hearing over the last two and a half decades, man. I'm talking about black women specifically. And are y'all competing? Because the type of men that y'all say y'all want, y'all don't even qualify to get. Tell me I'm wrong. Shona, what kind of man do you want? We're going to get to it today. Oh, yeah. And this is a major problem. Y'all listen to y'all OGs. The 21-year-old will listen to a woman my age, and they will never know how fucked up they are. Because these are the bitches I went to school with. They done made a ton of mistakes, and I've seen it all. In my era, when I graduated high school, the next year, 1995 and then 96, every chick I ran into that I went to school with, I'd say like 80% of them had babies. Ask me how many was married. One woman got married to her boyfriend that went to the other high school across from where we went to high school. That's it. There's a bunch of nice men that can make you laugh. But okay, if that's it, baby, we live in the Bronx. There's a bunch of fucking nice dudes that are funny. What's up? Why ain't you got that? Are you competing for that kind of man? So let's say you walk into, I don't know, any bar, one fish, two fish, hula hands, anybody, and you see that guy cracking jokes at the bar, and he's a nice guy. So there's you and three other women. Shauna, what would you do to stand out over your competition? Because they're your competition. You see this guy, you want this guy. What are you doing to get that man's attention to say, yo, look, I'm the lady, and you shouldn't look at those other two or three women? What are you doing? How are you competing? Or do you even bother? You say, they all over there talking, they about to go over there. Hyperhair.com, as of February 26, 2018, black women spent $473 million on hair alone. God damn. Who owns those companies? Do any black people own those companies? Doesn't Young Jock, doesn't his uncle doesn't his uncle own S-Curl or invented S-Curl? Young Jock's uncle or something. And that little motherfucker got a goddamn perm. I saw a meme that said Young Jock. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Bullshit. Now here's the bullshit. I said, how do you compete? She said, I don't. My gift to gab. If we ain't vibing, it's not meant to be. I didn't say if y'all not vibing. Don't add to the scenario, baby. I said, you see a guy at the bar, he's with some people at the bar, he's telling jokes, and he has everyone's attention. I didn't mention anything about looks. I didn't mention anything about a stiff dick. Because for all you know, he has the bar on fire and people think he's funny. He kind of looked at you and smiled, but then you see these other 3 women, and it's like, you know what, I got a shot. I asked you, how do you compete? You see him, you want him, all you gotta do is go over there. All you gotta do is go over there and just sit there, laugh, yeah, how are you? What's your name? That's all you gotta do. And while you're doing that, the other 3 girls are gonna come over. Yeah, you're so funny. What's your name? How do you compete? How do you stand out? Because remember, y'all outnumber us 16-1. Are you even? You have to compete. We're not important enough for you. We didn't even get to the stiff dick part, because for all you know, you can compete, win, and then a week later you smashing, and he got a little pee-pee. Then what you gonna do? You gonna leave him? You gonna stop fucking with him? Tell the truth. Tom Method's salute. He says the Bronner brothers are only black-owned giants in that industry, as long as they're giants. But I'm more concerned about the $473 million in 2018 that they put on their fucking skull, rather than investing into their black sons that they say their fathers left them. And upon further investigation, a lot of these women broke up their own households. It's not that the fucking fathers wasn't shit. Trust me. Trust me, it's not that. So, Shawnee, you don't compete. Is that why you're single? I don't know. She says, men like what they like. We can tell when y'all are attracted. That's not what I'm asking you, babe. I asked you, how do you compete? Y'all are seeing it firsthand. Is love is the word still in here? Maybe I need to talk to another woman of a certain age. Why are you waving the white flag? You supposed to wait for a man to come to you? How's that working out? Let me guess. Men come to you. Why aren't you giving them the time of day? Because there's something wrong with those men, right? Are those men the 16%? You ain't getting the 84. Okay. Love is a word. Do y'all compete for men, or do y'all compete for bragging rights amongst each other? I've known women that go to clubs or go to bars and try and see how many men they could bag. They don't call half of them. They might call one guy. They might. It's just something they could talk about at the goddamn cooler on Monday mornings. Now I'm asking, love is a word. Do women compete for men? Or do they compete against each other for bragging rights? You think? There you go. Let me see if you go. There you go. What's good, brother?
What's good, Drew? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. Good to see you, man. Go ahead and cook.
Good to see you as well. Yeah, because I know before I dropped off, you was talking about women competing. Mm-hmm. And I was on the Brother Dave show a couple of days ago. And what people don't understand a lot of times, particularly women, competing a lot of times is really you reciprocating value in a man, what he bring, what he offer, and everything like that. See, a lot of times people think you can jump in and out of relationships and you offer very little but expect a whole lot from a man. That's not going to work out for you. And the example I gave him was a situation with me and my wife. So we met 20 years ago. And so we was in college, we was 21. And, you know, we was on and off and stuff like that. And by the time we finally got right, we was out of college for over 2 years.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. When we got right, I was living in one city, she was living in another. 2.5 hours away. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll drive. I do what I'm supposed to do as a man. I'll drive and come see you, right? Now, when I went to go see her and stuff like that, you know, most time we went out and stuff, I paid. Every now and then, though, she'd be like, hold on. You work Monday through Friday. You get off at 5. You get on the road 2.5 hours to come see me. I got you. I'm cooking. Oh, we going bowling. We going to the skating rink. We doing whatever, museum, whatever. You know what? This time I got you. Because I want to show you that I'm invested in this relationship as much as you are. Mm-hmm. See, I didn't ask her to do that, but that was her reciprocating value. And because that's her form of competing. Because that could have easily been like, I could have easily been like, man, she ain't doing nothing. I'm doing everything. I'm driving all this way, get off work at 5, drive 2.5 hours, right? And then staying till late Sunday evening, going back, starting the work week and doing it all over again. For what? I didn't mention sex though.
See that?
I'm talking about, because you can get that anywhere. I'm talking about genuinely seeing that aspect of it, because that told me who she was right off the bat. You see what I'm saying? They told me who she was. They told me that she respected what I was doing. She saw my work and she said, look, I want to show you that I value what you're doing and what you're bringing. And so it wasn't about the money or any of those type of things. I mean, obviously, here's the thing, like at that particular time, we 25, 26 years old. You see what I'm saying? So neither one of us had a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a way for her to be like, hey, I'm competing. You see what I'm saying? And so
there you go.
This ain't you just, oh, well, you got to go do this and do that to worry about the next chick. She wasn't worried about no other chick. She was just doing what she was supposed to do for the relationship to prosper. And that was it. I mean, and that's just one example. But I'm using that as a simple example to be like, hey, you know, ain't nobody asking you to turn no flips and turn no tricks for a dude. Most dudes just want you to reciprocate value. And I know we talk about fit, feminine, friendly. Listen, there's plenty of dudes out here that'll compromise on that a little bit.
Yes.
But most of y'all attitudes are nasty. Can't nobody get along with y'all. You don't want to listen to no man because can't nobody tell you what to do. I ain't your daddy. None of that stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? But then as soon as things get too hot for you, now you want me to come and clean up the situation. Because this goes all the way to compete. You want protection. And a lot of time protection ain't physical. A lot of time protection is me giving you some game to keep you out of the situation too.
That's right.
That's what the man's supposed to be able to bring some provision into your life and some structure in there to be like, hey, this may not be the move right now. That don't mean you say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then when you screw up, then I'm supposed to come in and clean it up.
Thank you.
You're not a child.
Men think different. We think different. And a lot of women, and this is just what it is, as far as the household's concerned, because I went through it. There were times when I was with my wife, and I'm like, look, we need to do this. And she said, look, I think we should do that. And I said, you know what? Go ahead, see what happens. And every time I did that 2 times, you know what happened? It cost me money. And I said, see, I'm not going to scream and argue. Look, this is what happened. You see? This is called, see me? See? 100, 200, 300, 400. See? because I listen to you. No more. We tried it your way. At the end of the day, she has a say, and I might agree. But when I'm stern on something, I say, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that. I have the last say. When you file taxes, there's something called head of household. It's me. It ain't her. It's me. Head of household. Okay, even if y'all file separate, that thing's still there, head of household. At the end of the day, you're in charge, because you know why? If the house is built up, I know some women that say, well, I do this and I do that. But if that house fails, who gets the blame?
Me. Off top.
Thank you. The man gets the blame.
Right. And let me drop this real quick. Let me let y'all, for anybody listening, because I know it's always a thing about women submitting and stuff like that. Let me show you what that looks like. You see what I mean? Because it's real simple. You remember I just told you, she and I were living 2.5 hours away. So when we finally got right, we dated real strong for 9 months. I proposed, she accepted, right? But once she accepted, a decision got to be made. Who moved? So now, we have a discussion about it and stuff like that. And she was like, you know what? All right, you the man, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to, take care of me, provide and stuff like that. Now, understand that once she do that, I got a responsibility because I can't mess it up.
You can't mess it up.
See, I'm not voiding myself of responsibility. See, once she do that, because once she showed me is that she trusts me. Right? Now, and then, so we get married, she moved, up there with me. Right now, I'm gonna keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? I was doing decent. Now, also gonna keep it a stack. At this time, we was living in Arkansas. The cost of living ain't that high, so I'm gonna be transparent. But it was cool. Still gotta do what you gotta do. But she trusted me though. Every decision that was made. I remember when we got married and stuff like that. I found us a nice apartment and stuff like that for us to be in. We still talk about that place to this day. I had a responsibility. I didn't put us in no rundown shack or nothing like that. She like, wait a minute, I quit my job for you to put me up in here? No, I had a responsibility to put.
Right.
Now, you see what I mean? So even to a point, we stayed there 9 months, and I bought a home without her, you know what I'm saying? And so here's the thing. It's because life is all about seasons. See, people don't understand this because life is about seasons. I'm about to school some people. So she probably, I think the first 1.5, 2 years of our marriage, she was a housewife. Mm-hmm. She wanted to go back to work. I said, you know what? Okay, cool. I'm cool with that because we doing what we doing now. Whatever you bring in is extra. I'm cool with that. And she wasn't built to be at the house like that. I already know that. So I ain't even argue with her. Unless what you want to do, cool. Right? She went to school, got her master's degree and stuff like that. I know you want to do some stuff. Mm-hmm. So, Drew, check this out, bro. She went back to work right after about 3 years. She ended up passing me. Seasons. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna school y'all because a lot of times women, what they do is they start making more money than the man. What they say is, you can't tell me nothing. I make more money than you. She never went hot girl on me. She said, you still the man of the house. You still the person that's gonna lead stuff, right? We end up moving here to Houston, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in a situation where now it's reversed again. I make more than her. Mm-hmm. I do very well. She does well. We do great together. And because, and yeah, okay, I'll be transparent. I'm a 6-figure dude now in Texas. Mm-hmm. But the thing is this. I do well so well now. I remember how she treated me when she was making more money than me, to the point that now I'm in a situation where I be trying to give her the world, man.
She never pulled financial rank on you.
Never pulled it.
And she got the ring. She got the ring.
Never pulled it.
And you know what? How did she compete to get you? Because she did.
Yeah, she
said, this man is a catch. Now imagine if she let you go and now you're making 6 figures and it's just you.
Yeah.
She'd have been like, damn. Mm-hmm. You know how many women blow it? You was a Henry. Hiring not rich yet. And you know how many women blow it? And then when they circle back, 10, 12 years, they come back to you. Now you're 6 figures, and they done fucked off and made a baby in between that time. And now you're supposed to come in and play Captain Save-A-Ho. No, you fucked up.
Right.
You fucked up. You see what I'm saying? And I hope the people are listening. Now, let me read this, and I'm gonna read something else too.
Yeah.
Love is a Word says, I don't compete against other women for any man, but I will compete for his attention. Then you're competing for the man. If you're trying to get his attention, there's other women trying to get his attention also. So you're really competing for him.
Facts.
All right. Shauna says, money comes, money goes. You have to be compatible with your person. Oh, good Lord.
I understand what she's saying, but that's what I'm talking about, seasons, because a lot of times people don't handle seasons well. So even though we talk about money comes and money goes, that's the part of the whole vows, right? So for better or for worse. So a lot of times, because in between, because this is the part I left out, in between that time when the pandemic hit, I lost my job for 6 months. Now, we were smart with our money and we did well, so we had never had no problem. But she could have wigged out on me then and do like most women do. Why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't doing that? But it wasn't never the case, because she already knew what I stood on and what my work ethic was like. She was like, I know he got it. He always got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the responsibility come in when she submitted the first time. Is because I know he got it. I know he gonna do what he's supposed to do. So I ain't got to try to do nothing extra. I ain't got to get outside of my femininity, none of this stuff like that. He gonna take care of it. I ain't got to nag him all day and wonder when he gonna bounce back. He gonna bounce back, and when he bounce back, he gonna bounce back right. We had this conversation maybe about 6 months ago or so. She said, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you have put me in a position to where, yeah, I like to work and stuff, but now I ain't got to really do no hard job. I can do what I want to do and do it comfortably and come home and do everything I need to do for everybody else.
Right.
Because now I done made her life comfortable. It took a little bit to get there, but you know what I'm saying? We there and we comfortable and we straight and we cool. So that's what it is.
You know what I think? What I think Shauna is missing is that we're at an age now. We're not spring chickens in this chat. Maybe Phenomenal Max is probably the youngest person here, but we're not spring chickens.
Man.
And it's going to get to the point where if you're not the golden girls, you're going to have to cut a deal with a man. And people are going to start getting together just for survival.
All right.
So what do you want to do? You want to be roommates with a person you really don't like? You know what I'm saying? With another dude, the same sex, another woman? Or would you rather be with someone that is taking care of you and you're romantically involved with?
Right.
That bed get cold, man. And this is what I'm saying. We're not meant to be by ourselves. We're meant to get together and procreate.
Right.
And thank you for sharing that story. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Y'all worked it out. And I hope y'all understand that, because I see a lot of weird clips off of TikTok that people share on Instagram. These bitches are fucking miserable. You would think that there's no good men anywhere in America, in the world. Now the math ain't adding up. We're outnumbered 16-1. 16% of these Pookies and Ray Rays are responsible for 90% of these fucking births, and y'all mad at us when y'all are picking those 16%?
Right.
What is going on here? Look at what Philip said. 127 million in grooming aids and 465 in skincare preparations, and black folks spend 1.1 trillion in beauty supplies, not including weaves and extensions. This is where our priorities are. I said it a long time ago. Don't tell me what your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money, and I will tell you what they are. Your priorities are not in the black man. You know why? A lot of you are single mothers. It's been proven. A lot of y'all are raising boys. Y'all are raising the men that you claim you hate. Black boys need their fathers. Oh, well, he ain't around. You chose Pookie. I keep referring to that girl, that woman, Kerry. I played the video here. Rod, you saw it.
Right.
I know her. Shauna knows her. Everybody knew that Derek was crazy. But her, she didn't know. She didn't know until she spit the baby out, and then had to get a restraining order. Lets him in the house, throws the baby out the window. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And it was never the time to say, yo, Carrie, no. Some cats went to the funeral, but when everybody got out of her earshot, they was like, yo, everybody knew that nigga Derek was crazy. She didn't know. Derek was a street dude. He was partially good looking, but we all knew he was crazy. Who the fuck is drunk in the street at 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning? Him. But that was your baby daddy, not your husband, your baby daddy. 1.1 trillion in fucking hair products. We could clear up the black debt right there. Bankrupt that shit. Y'all sisters grow your hair out, shave it, braid it yourself, braid each other's hair. Do you remember back in the day, we used to go to Big Mama house and the women would just get together and start doing each other hair as they talking? You remember those days? Did you have a childhood like that? I did.
Right.
They're all cooking, they're cleaning, they're talking, they're doing each other's hair.
Hey, Drew, check this out, man. I'm going to keep it a stack with you.
Mm-hmm.
If people, you know what? Sometimes it ain't even about you even buying extensions, right? I just want people to find the styles that work for them. Because there's too many people right now that's wearing the same style with the baby hair sitting on top of their forehead, then the eyelashes, and that don't, some people, it's just like, some people can pull that off, but a lot of people can't. And some people, I don't know which hairstyles they're using, right? It's some people that do well with braids. It's some chicks that wear the short hair, because I ain't got no hair. You know, they had a little fade with the lines in it and stuff. Some women can pull it off. Some of them ain't got no business rocking. And you can tell the same thing with a dude, whether he wear a beard or whatever. Find a style that work for you and maximize it. Don't be trying to be nobody else. I tried to grow a little fro and some stuff like that. That wasn't me. I had to let that go a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I look like a fool. So low haircuts and clean shaven beard, no scruff beard, that work more for me.
1.1 trillion in beauty products.
That's crazy.
Isn't that a little silly?
But you know what though? Here's the thing. And you remember this, right? Most chicks didn't have what they consider having a face beat to the gills or to the god, right? Most chicks didn't do that unless they was going to the prom or they was in somebody's wedding or something like that. But this is a day-to-day thing now, because we talking about like late 90s, right? Like when I was in high school, we talking about late 90s. I didn't really see a lot of chicks with a lot of makeup on like that, unless we were like, oh, okay, we know they must be about to go somewhere. But this is day-to-day. It's like they got their eyebrows drawn on. When you
get here, you live in Houston, right?
Right.
Bro, when you get to New York, you're gonna see the most bum of chicks. I mean, looking dusty, dirty, stomach or stretch marks, stomach all out, depending on how the weather is. And they have rakes on their eyes, and these bugged out weaves with orange. They're the color of my cap. They got rakes for eyes. They're built like goddamn raindrops. Funny color hair. I'm like, yo, it's Halloween? What the fuck's happening? And those be the women saying there ain't no good men out here. Who's gonna court them? Now, who are they competing against? You know why? 16-1. Women outnumber men. But they're not competing for the men. They're not competing for us.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, it's everywhere, because if you're talking about, you talking about in New York, but I'm in Houston, it's probably, I'm talking about it's stay hot down here. We talking about maybe 9 out of the 12 months, man. We talking about it feel like either late spring or something, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we know it's mostly tropical. So at the end of the day, so you're gonna have people dressing how they want to dress, and so you're gonna see that anywhere. And it's just like, man, you just, people don't find, like I said, a lot of times it ain't even about how much you weigh. A lot of times you can find some styles that work for you. Don't run around here with some fitted stuff if it don't work. I got a little tummy on me, so I ain't finna walk around here with no tight shirt on. I'm just gonna look crazy. And no skinny jeans. That ain't finna work out for me. I gotta find a style that work for me. so that my wife is satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So like,
no, I hear that. There's just certain things you shouldn't do, but you're gonna see. You're gonna see. We're gonna drive through some neighborhoods, and I'm gonna be like, look at this shit. Look at that. What the fuck is she doing? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But the question tonight is, are women, do they, based off of what I see? Now, how is it? See, I'm asking, the question is, do women compete for men, or are they competing against each other for bragging rights? Now, they're not competing for us, but $1.1 trillion spent on beauty products. They're getting it, they're purchasing it, but who are they doing it for? If it's not us, and the marriage rate is down. Black women's education, I'm sorry, going to school, because going to school is different from getting an education. Them going to school has gone up. Marriage has gone down. Common sense is far gone. I don't care how many degrees you got. I just told you I was watching Steve Harvey. That black woman was a lawyer by trade. She still wanted to be a single mom. And when Steve asked her, he said, well, did you have both parents in your house? I just knew that bitch was going to say no, she had no father. No, she said she grew up with her mother and father. And then she said, I've seen too many problems in relationships. This is a grown woman. So she's already applying the world's problems to hers. And she don't even have a problem, but she didn't know she wanted to bring a single child to this household. You can be an educated fool.
That's facts.
So is she competing? Oh, I'm a lawyer by trade. Guess what? So what? I make a strong 6 figures. Don't give a shit about your money. Next. Can you cook? Can I trust you to, when I go out to work, can I trust you to take care of the kids? Can I trust you to leave me the fuck alone? Divine sense in a building. Can I trust you to leave me alone when I work a 12-hour shift? Can I trust you to do that? You know, Shahrazad Ali said, white women go to college to find a husband. Black women go to college to prove that they don't need one.
Well, with that, you just answered your question, because we've been told, we even hear from them. I've even seen it in this chat before and in other chats before, where women, if they dress provocative or something like that, many times they tell you they didn't do that for no man. They did it because they wanted to feel good, or they wanted to dress this way, provocative or whatever way, because they with their girls and they hanging out. How many times have we heard, just women in general just say that they don't need no man? If you having the standpoint of, if you were telling us you don't need a man, if you're telling us you're not dressing for us, then that's clear that that sound like you telling me you're not competing. I'm only using the words that you telling me. I'm not pulling it out of thin air. You have basically told me that you're not competing for me.
That's right.
That's all.
Right. Yeah, y'all want to know how long I know Shauna? I knew Shauna when she had a jerry curl. That's how long I know her. I'm not even kidding.
At the sandbox, huh?
I'm not kidding, for real. I knew when she had a jerry curl. Her shit was glistening too. I mean, Michael Jackson, her shit was glistening. When the sun hit it, that shit shine. Except like, oh shit, Shauna, what the fuck?
She had the soul glow.
She had the soul glow. Her shit was right too. And my line, Shauna, she had the best jerry curl on the block. Nobody's shit looked better than hers. She said that fucked up my hair. Well, back in the 80s, your shit was looking good. She said it fucked up my hair. Her jerry curl was the shit, though. He said it fucked up her hair. But yeah, man, you right, Rod. You right, man. I mean,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They this era is an era. And I speak on these topics because I got younger relatives and they're wondering what the fuck's going on. And I'm saying, hold on, get a grip. Let me give you the numbers. 16 to 1. To one of you, there's 16. Okay? There are a lot of Pookies and Ray-Rays out there. So eventually they'll get figured out. So you have their 16. If they don't get knocked up by them. So you might have 32 on your level. Now you got to get right, because by the time you're in your 30s, if you can fuck around, but protect yourself. Wear a condom. Don't knock up no chick. But by the time you're ready, say, okay, I'm on my way. I got a good credit score. I got my condo or my home over here. Now I can pick.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick, and you might have to go to a dating guru, so you can go to a matchmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to do it yourself out here. I've seen it. I've gotten relatively lucky. You know what I'm saying? I like to say I got lucky. You know what I'm saying? You, judging of the atmosphere today, you got lucky.
Very.
But what's crazy is, guys like you and I, we used to be the norm. Now, if a woman comes across a man that's in his mid-30s or early 40s, and he says, yeah, you know, I make 6 figures and da-da-da-da. Well, you ain't got no kids? No. They're thinking there's something wrong with him. Why can't he just been responsible with his penis? And don't let him tell her, yo, yeah, I'm a virgin. What? There's got to be something wrong with you. No. I see what's going on, and I chose to focus on my lifestyle. I'm disease-free. I am child-free, and I'm looking to court a woman. Are you that woman? How many kids you got? 2. How many fathers? 2. Check, please. See how that works? See what I'm saying?
You gotta vet. You gotta vet. You know what? Here's the thing. I'll say this, because that show was not perfect, right? So from the ages of like 18 to 25, bro, I was out here making some of the dumbest decisions. You know what I mean? And I ran into some of them all, you know, smart ones, bougie ones, you know, the church girl, the ratchet one, you know what I'm saying? Even I even dated outside, you know what I'm saying? Well, I remember it was 2 Hispanic chicks, 2 2 Asian chicks, and 1 Caucasian chick. And you know, I was doing so much dumb stuff. But then you throw, well, my wife and I, we were on and off, and so she was part of that mix too. And I actually, by the time I got 24, right, I had to actually. That's the difference between me and a lot of other dudes would probably be like when I really had a self-reflection moment at the time. And so at this time I'm 24, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I said, dude, I keep meeting these goofy chicks. Like, what's going on? I had to think about the environment I was meeting them in. I had to have some accountability and be like, to see what type of time I was on why I was attracting these chicks, because at the end of the day, you are what you attract. So I had to change how I want to move and everything. Now, thankfully, the woman that I was supposed to be with, we ended up making our way back to each other. Now, everybody ain't that fortunate, because truth be told, here's the thing. She knew how I was moving in college, bro. She could have been like, I ain't messing with this dude. So I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be real with you.
But she knew what it was, and she knew what she wanted, and she understood the atmosphere.
And that's what made it easy, because she knew I ain't have to lie, I ain't have to front nothing. I mean, we known each other for 20 years. She know everything.
Right.
So it's just like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And so,
I think women, like I said, man, it's our era, 70s, and I think the 70s and some of the early 80s, it just shut off, because I'm looking at this shit now. What's playing on the radio? These women are actually living it, and it's like, it don't go like that. You're watching Sex in the City. It don't go like that. It don't go like that. You watching these, I saw this other one, what is it, on BET or something? There's like a black female version of Sex in the City. I watched a little bit of it, and I said, this is bullshit. It don't go like that. This is bullshit. All that sexual aggressive women and shit, men don't find that sexy. You might get a dude that'll slam you real hard, but he's gonna treat you like that.
Right.
It's not feminine. When I used to sit in a lounge and a chick come up to me aggressively, yo, what's your name? What? The fuck? Why are you approaching me like how I would approach you? And I wouldn't even approach you like that. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. I go to a club. Well, I don't go to clubs, but last time I went to a club, you know, when you was younger, you used to like grab a chick's hand. Yo, come here. And then, you know, they pull away, you know, let them go. But you know, you grab the hand. Now the chicks are doing that to dudes. Yo, come here, but they ain't letting go though. You're like, nah, get off. Get security. Get her off me. What the fuck? It's backwards, man. It's backwards.
That was part of the fun, right? When you went to the club and the girl danced, and you may roll up behind her. Yeah. Her friend may pull her away, be like, "No, not him." Or
oh man,
the girl give you the choosing signal. The girl give you the choosing signals, and you think you on for the night. That was all part of it. That was all part of the game. That was all part of how we. Because, you know, we back, you know, like we said, we talking about the late 90s, stuff like that, right? Yeah, people started having cell phones, stuff like that, but it wasn't really that deep. You still had to know how to identify choosing signals. Mm-hmm. You also had to know, see, dudes at an early age anyway kind of know where they fall at in the pecking order, right? And you know what? I'm not a relatively tall guy. I'm average height, you know what I'm saying? 5'8", 5'9", right? I understood that dudes that taller and stuff like that, or may have looked a certain way, you know, had whatever, right? But I got in where I fit in at, and I knew how to work that. Most dudes kind of know that from the very beginning, because women tell them. Even the ones that's on the level with you would tell you where you at in the pecking order. Will let you know they think another guy is more attractive than you are. They will tell you. But if a man do that, then men most times don't do that. And if they do, they usually be shamed for disrespecting the girl and letting them know that you're not my type. And it's almost like, dude, that's where women get it twisted, get it shocked a lot of times, because men are allowed to have standards too. You see what I mean? Like, that don't mean that I'm just going to accept anything. I got standards, I got protocols that I need to be met. Yo. And you got to meet some standards too. Now, I may be leaning on some things and may have a little bit of different criteria than the next man, but yo, listen, don't get out here and get fooled. Don't get fooled and think that men ain't supposed to have standards and we just supposed to let a lot of stuff go.
Listen, how about this? I'm gonna ask the ladies: is every woman a queen? Watch the answer. Watch. I already know. I have a suspicion what it's gonna be met with. The question is every woman a queen? Because the shit that I see, it's like, I forgot what even show that was. This brother just asked this morbidly obese woman, okay, what do you want a man that's a certain value? So she said yes. He says, well, what do you bring to the table? She said, I am the table. That bitch dead ass looked like Jabba the Hutt. I'm not even kidding. Have y'all seen that clip? She was sitting down and she had the bullfrog neck, and I'm like, is she trolling? I am the table. Some women really think that no matter how they look, they're queens. Stop lying. There's a big ass table, Jason.
You know what's funny, Drew? They don't even realize is they are the reason why that question has started to get asked, because you laid out so much criteria of what a man need to be doing for you that now the men will say, okay, look, and most times men are not even complaining about you having your criteria. They said, okay, I see what your asking price is. So what do you bring to the table? A lot of times either they get offended by the question or they don't know how to answer the question.
How is it wrong for a man to say, well, you know, we get in a relationship, if I'm looking for marriage, what do you bring? What do you bring to this relationship? You know, right. Because I already know what I'm bringing. I'm bringing the money. I'm bringing the I'm doing all the hard work. So if I'm supplying all of this stuff, can you take care of it? And then some women, they do pull financial rank on you. Oh, well, you know, like what does Kevin Samuels always say? I'm a PhD, so I'm not going to stay home. I'm not saying you have to stay home, but are you feminine? Because the way the world works now, look, my wife works, I work, but she knows her role and I know mine. She does like a majority of the housework here. Not because, you know, oh, I rule this house with an iron fist. No, it's just what she naturally does. And it's things that I naturally do. I naturally take out the garbage. I naturally, when something's broken here, I naturally fix it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes I got to, you know, you got to give your kids the evil look. Like, you know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
All right now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right now. Sit your ass down. Don't, if I got to get up, that's the look.
Right.
Go, don't do it. Just sit your ass down there. Don't make me, if I got to get up, if I'm at this computer editing a video and I hear noise, I'm like, and they stop.
But that goes in line with what I was saying about seasons too, right? Now listen, that like you said, there are certain things I do as a man and certain things I do as a woman, or what she does as a woman. Excuse me. Right? Now, here's the thing though. Now everything in between that, it just kind of depends on what really shows up, right? Now, it used to be a time where it was easier for her to pick up the kids and get dinner started, right? But now, most days I work from home. And I'm closer to the office. So even when I do go into work, it's easier for me now.
Right, I'm listening.
It's easier for me now in this season in life to go pick up the kids, right? And then get dinner started and stuff like that. So a lot of people, yes, you got stuff that you're supposed to do as a man, then there's stuff that you're supposed to do as a woman. And then everything else in between all of that, you got to be able to roll with it and adjust with the season. Everything don't stay the same from year 1 to year 10 and so on and so forth, because you always going to be adjusting. You always going to be getting more information. You're going to get more life experience and everything like that. So you got to roll with it. And that's how you actually keep relationships going, because you got to understand that person that you need to be able to love the bare bones and the core of that person, but you got to understand stuff gonna change because of seasons. I'm not the same person that I was 14 years ago when we walked down the aisle, which yesterday was our anniversary, by the way, for number 14.
There you go.
And she not the same person that she was 14 years ago. We got kids involved, everything. Things have totally disrupted that. We got different goals, dreams, aspirations. We got different expectations of each other than what we had in year 1, right? So you got to be able to communicate, be able to make adjustments during those seasons. And communicate ain't just talking. You can look at any podcast right now with panels and stuff like that. People got an issue with not so much talking, but comprehension skills is lacking.
That's lacking.
That's a big problem. When you look at any comment section, like when you had Rose Bloom, whoever that was attacking you for stuff you were saying, that's comprehension skills.
Comprehension skills.
What you really saying. And that's really a big problem why relationships today in this time ain't working. People, if I go to my wife, right, and I say, you know what, I got an issue with this particular subject or this particular thing we got going on, you don't just listen and wait till I get finished just so you can start talking and saying a whole bunch of off the wall stuff. Even if you got an issue with me, right, let's address this issue, then we can circle back and talk about something I need to change. But a lot of people, when you disagree with something and they say something that you don't like, first thing, people jump in, cut them off, cuss them out, or you wait for them to pause and you jump in and start yelling. You look at most panels today, that's what they like. I can't even watch them. Only ones I watch now is with the homie Ricky Williams on there. If he ain't on there, I probably ain't watching most of the panels because
Bro.
I know he gonna kick some real stuff. But the rest of them just gonna be yelling, talking back and forth, and I'm not
You
gonna
ain't
deal
lying.
with it because
You ain't lying.
listen, dudes and the girls are guilty. They do the same stuff. Dudes be on there trying to be super alpha male Negro of the month, and the chicks be trying to say the most outlandish stuff, trying to go viral on some stuff that. Listen,
Yeah, it's.
I'm not finna listen to. I'm not finna listen to anybody on there telling what they gonna be doing with a woman, and you got the worst track record in the world dealing with a woman.
I listen till I can't listen anymore. I'll just say that.
Exactly.
I listen till I can't listen anymore, and you know, I peep
If
game.
the homie Ricky ain't on there, most times I ain't listening to him.
No, I could dig it.
Nobody pretty much.
I you know what? I don't even want to talk bad about them. You know, it's not even bad. It's just something that I noticed, and you know, I support. But you know, by way of my eyesight, I haven't super chatted or anything like that. But one day I went over there and I saw Ricky on the panel. I said, "Oh, the brother's up there. Let me see what he's talking." He was talking some real shit, and I'm watching the chat. I'm like, "See, they ain't ready for it. They ain't ready for it." So you know, salute to Ricky. Shawna says,
Ricky, real.
Because a woman has extra meat doesn't determine if she's a queen. A nice looking woman could be a dragon. Stop that. See, here you go.
I even said earlier before, even with whether or not her size, I said most times men would compromise a little bit on the weight, but the friendly and the feminine aspect, that's out the window.
That's out the
because
window.
We've heard so many times as dudes that a dude would take a girl that's a 5 over a girl that's an 8 if she treating them right and doing everything
Now
she's
watch
supposed
this.
to do. If she dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's like she's supposed to, she gon' get chose. Don't nobody want no woman that's 5'6", 140 pounds because she a headache. You costing me money. I gotta go clean up all your mistakes. I can't trust you. You ain't loyal. You all this stuff that's wrong with you. So don't get it twisted and get hung up on where they said I got to be fit. Yes, that do help. That gets you in the door, but that don't even keep a man anyway. The rest of you is gonna be able to keep him. So you got to be able to fix whatever. I'm not saying Shauna got this problem. I'm just saying in general because I like Shauna. We talk a little bit in chat, laugh, whatever, chuckle. So she cool. I ain't got no issue. I'm just saying in general, right? Most women got an issue with being nice. We shouldn't be having no conversation of whether or not you should smile. If I hold the door open for you, I'm not trying to get with you. I'm just being nice. I'm being a gentleman. You can at least say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even have common courtesy no more. Simple stuff like that get you in the door and get you chose. But a lot of people don't know how to get chose because your attitude is funky. And don't nobody want to be around you with no funky attitude.
Now let me add to this. You see this what Kane just wrote? 100%. I have been with all kinds of women. I've been with bad bitches. I've dated chicks that used to slide down poles. I ain't afraid to admit it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't afraid. I've been with some bad bitches, but you know what? A lot of them were headaches. They were foul mouthed. They were so entitled. And way back when I was in high school, going into my young adulthood, I said, you know what? I need to choose my sanity over a piece of ass 100% of the time. And I've been around. You ever saw someone with a bad attitude? I'm like, yo, why do you have such a bad attitude? And on top of that, you fat and ugly. On top of that. Now, what used to piss me off is the fat, pretty chicks, because it's like, you looking good and your attitude is fucked up because you feel you think you can be fucked up to people. And it's making you ugly. It makes me want to punch you in your face and swallow up your eye, but I ain't gonna hit a chick. But I'm just saying what it makes me want to do. It's like, man, I hope you trip and bust your teeth out your mouth. You know? But what we're saying is a man will sacrifice a 9 or a 10 and date the 5 if the 5 brings him peace. If she could be a little overweight or overweight. But if she's taking care of home and taking care of the kids, he will sacrifice that. He will sacrifice looks for that. When you talk about settling, that's the settlement right there. Because any man with a good brain is not going to say, well, you know, she look like Beyonce, so I might as well go ahead and marry her. But she's a headache every 5 minutes because she really thinks she's Beyonce. No, bitch, you just look like it. But you don't work, you don't cook, you don't clean, but you got a good body and you work out every day. What am I going to do
Right.
with you but get a headache? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking. She says that is an attitude too now that guys are having. I got this. Yes, manners are important. This is what I mean by compatible. People you give are not mean. What guys are you talking about? Because like I said, there is a 16%.
Does she mean people you vibe with are not mean? I think, does that mean vibe, or I think that means people you vibe with are not mean? I think that's what she's trying to say.
She said vibe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
She says that guys are having. Those guys, you know, Shauna, I know some shit. You talk, we talk. Some dude tried to get her to meet him on a platform on 125th Street at some odd hour. At the train station, not at a lounge in Harlem. Yo, meet me at this lounge. I'll be at the bar. Let's have some drinks. Or let's have some non-alcoholic beverages. When I used to try and court women, like, yo, let's go out for a non-alcoholic beverage. Or let's do breakfast. It's early in the day. It's not lunch. It's not dinner. Not candlelight. Let's do breakfast. Let's talk. I know a little something. We talk. But those guys, motherfuckers trying to get you to meet them on a train platform. All right. Two things. Those are the 16% that I tell women to avoid. That's number one. And number two, Shauna, there's a lot of this shit with women is shit that they're putting out. I'll give you an example. You make a lot of dirty jokes, Shauna. Did this porn assignment. Some men will see that, be like, oh, maybe if I come to New York, maybe, I'll connect and maybe I'll get lucky. You put that energy out there, you're going to get it back. What I've never understood is that when women put out that energy, they get confused when they receive that energy back. It's like, what are you doing? I know, Shauna, pandemic, schmandemic. You don't.
I didn't see it. What'd she say about the pandemic?
She said it was during the pandemic. I get it. But guess what? Y'all supposed to be exercising social distances anyway. And I'm sure y'all had a lot of dirty conversations. But within those dirty conversations, the least you felt was that, yo, we can't meet at a Starbucks or anything that's open. Why meet on a train platform? It's everything wrong. You see, I'm not lying. I know this woman. See? I'm a dirty girl. What can I say? See? So you egged it on, and that 16% showed his hand, and you looked at him crazy. You couldn't do better than the platform at 125th Street, but you know what? Whatever conversation you had, that's all he thought you was worth. What? Hey, man.
Yeah.
But if you approached them different, if he approached you and you started talking about politics and the pandemic and your conversation was a little more articulate, he probably would have stopped dealing with you. He was like, yo, man, fuck, I'm trying to fuck. I'm not trying to talk politics and Sean, it don't matter if you win or not. It don't matter. He would have invited you to meet you on a goddamn platform if your conversation was different. You just said right here, I'm a dirty girl. What can I say?
That's true. And that's what I was saying about when I said that about myself when I was 24. I had to change how I was moving, what I was willing to accept, how I was dealing with chicks. And even to this hopefully this don't happen, but even if I was back on the market again, it's a certain type of chick that would not approach me because I know I don't want the ratchet chick and the crazy stuff, all that stuff that's going on. But that type of chick, the way I move right now, will see me as lame. They ain't even gonna come to me no way because my aura ain't even gonna attract them. Could one slip through the cracks? Yes, but it's my responsibility at that point to be like, nope, move on. But I'm not gonna run into a whole bunch of them because I'm not gonna be where they gonna be. How I move and how I handle my responsibility as a man is too lame for them, so they ain't gonna sniff around my nuts no way. So when you change how you move and you change how you communicate with people, that aura, that scent about you is gonna come out, and people know and ain't gonna come up to you like that. Could one come through? Yeah. You reject them, you move on, you block them. You know what I'm saying? Block them. move on. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna come up to you and mad. F ninjas, you know, F and F that y'all like to talk about, them dudes not gonna come around y'all like that when you move a certain way and you make better choices, because that rub off. Dudes can tell. We all know who we can try to smash and who we can't, who we think is going and who's not. You know who to try stuff with and who not to try stuff with as a man. So you be like, she ain't on that type of time, but she cool, but I ain't got time to waste. I'm on a different type of thing. I ain't finna waste no time on you. I got stuff to get.
Right.
So
look what Omega Red said. He said, told y'all when the stores closed, all my exes called me asking for help. That my pop raised me country. Exactly. They didn't need no man. That pandemic hit, these motherfuckers was out here lost as a motherfucker. Those women didn't know what to do. You know how many times, like, co-workers, I'm not even gonna call them friends. These single women that work all the overtime and making 6 figures, working for transit. Yo, where you at? Home. I was home. I had surgery during the pandemic. I couldn't move. They're like, yo, I'm out of toilet paper. Call your man. Oh, that's right. You ain't got no man. The funniest shit was the lesbian couples. There's like 4 of y'all. None of y'all bitches gonna run to the store on your own? You scared? Need a man then. Shauna says, look, I am honest about my sexuality. If you can't handle words about it, then you can't handle the reality. Whether the reality was he wanted you to meet you to see what you was talking on a motherfucking platform on 125th Street during the pandemic. That was the reality. And like I said, words carry weight. I told you that before.
And it's about timing too. It's just like there's a time and place for everything. If I'm just not meeting you for the first time, chances are that's probably not a conversation you want to be talking about right out the gate like that. Not if you intend on learning something about them, if you want to go somewhere. Now, if you on that type of time and you just want to meet him, you just gonna let him smash, then okay, just say that's what type of time you want. But if you're not really wanting to move that way, then why would you put that aura out there to attract something that you don't want?
This is what I'm saying. She said, did I go? No, but I'm saying you put it out there in the universe. You made him feel comfortable to ask. Now that same guy would talk to Queen 71, and it'd be a totally different conversation. If she lived in New York, he wouldn't have asked her to do that. She said, nah, I agree with that. I mostly get approached by a certain type of man. The type of man that approached Queen is not the same type of man that would approach Shauna. Because Queen puts out a different energy than Shauna. I've gotten to have a conversation with Queen, and I know Shauna personally. Shauna, I can say that I know what kind of conversation you had with that fella. And he felt safe asking you that. I'm a man, I know these things. There's certain things I'm like, you know what, I could talk sex freely about with this chick. But then there was the other chicks I was like, I better not say a fucking word. Because I'll chase her right out the door.
Right. I don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, I don't even want to bring it up. Let her bring it up. And look what Brian Price is saying. Man, fellas, get your passports and visas and explore your options and start making them exotic babies with good hair. You see this? You see? You look.
Now listen, as a married man, it's hard for me to co-sign that, but I understand, because when you have somebody telling you that they, like we said earlier, that they don't need you, they F ninja free, so they putting all us in that category as F ninjas. Then you telling us you don't need us. It's kind of hard for me to even go against that. Obviously, as a married man who found my woman here, it's like, dude, it's hard for me to co-sign it, but at the same time, I understand, I guess. You know what I mean?
Now you see, here's why I'm not gonna be mad at the brother. And salute to my brother Trill Will in 88 Sports Talk. Here's why I'm not gonna be mad at him. For all I know, this is an average brother.
Right.
I'm gonna assume he's not an F ninja who's tried and struck out. And it's like, you know what? I make good money. I don't have a criminal record. I don't know this brother. But I'm gonna assume, see, a lot of these passport brothers, they're part of that 84% that I'm talking about.
Right.
So again, what's the topic of this show? Are y'all women competing? Sean, did you see what this brother just said? Y'all done chased him away because you want to deal with dudes that want to meet you on a fucking 125th Street platform, a train platform in Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all done chased this brother away. He's trying to go to goddamn Thailand because he wants to meet a wife. Y'all are not competing.
What I will say is this though, Drew. Right? Now here's the thing. Now I don't know him, so I'm not talking about him specifically, right? Mm-hmm. But now if you a guy that done pretty much everything that you believe you can do, I definitely understand. What I am seeing though, I am seeing an increase in people just following talking points just because they sound.
That's true.
And now, if you a dude and you ain't handling your responsibility as a man, you always make poor decisions. You don't know how to do certain things. You ain't, simple stuff. Simple stuff will get you a woman your way anyway. You ain't grooming properly.
Is it fair to say
you don't know how to talk to a woman properly? Passport ain't your issue. You got to fix that first.
Is it fair to say I would look at a 21-year-old strange if he's like, yeah, fuck bitches, I'm going to Thailand? I'm like, hold on. You're 21, dude. You don't even live. What are you talking about, dude?
But when you look in the chats, you see that stuff though.
That is true. There's motherfuckers that jump on the bandwagon and hate. And it's like, hold on, you 25. What are you doing? You talk to a few girls at the club, and now you mad at them, and you want to hop on a plane and go somewhere. How about this? You'll bag the Thailand chick, and you won't even know how to treat her right.
Right.
You'll come back to America, and you'll be cheating all over her. You stupid ass. You understand?
That's what I'm saying. It's parameters to that. It's because I'm not disagreeing. If do what you got to do, but there are a little bit of that where you be like, dude, stop taking everybody talking point and making it your own, bro. Do what's supposed to fit you. Everybody a lot of people got good game, but hold on, what Shauna said?
She said, let him go then. I said I don't compete. And this is the problem, Shauna. Let me ask you a real question, Shauna. Now, I'm going to talk to my black people now. Do you care about the black family? Because you might say you care, but if you're going to say you care, look at your statement. I don't know if Brian Peters, what's his name? What's his brother's name? Brian Peters was his name? What's his name? Brian Price? I don't know what his ethnicity is. But if he's black, that's a problem. If he's my age and he's black and that's his attitude, that's a problem. What we're saying is concerning because y'all done chased the 84% of good men that would do right by you. Y'all chasing them away with your attitude. Y'all are not competing. Y'all are not taking care of yourselves. Y'all putting more priority into $1.1 trillion in your hair. And a lot of these single, he's black. And a lot of these single women that got sons, oh, my son's fucking off and it's his absent father's fault. No, you chose him. And here's the thing. A lot of those dudes be average dudes and the women fuck it up. How many times you listen to Kevin Samuels and those women say, we grew apart or we agreed to separate? And it's like, no, and then he does a little investigation. Turns out they just got bored and got out of their relationship. How many shows have you listened to that? They tell on themselves. So you can't tell me. Now, Shauna's talking about the Thai girls. You don't know no Thai girl from Thailand, Shauna. I know that for a fact. You don't know. You don't know. Look what she's saying. Look what she's saying. You see, you not competing is why the black household is being destroyed. 16-1, y'all outnumber black men. Why are you not competing? Why are you not competing? Because you can make a good wife, right? You're going to tell me you can make a good wife? Then why don't you be one? And grow the community. She says those Thai girls will say anything to get American citizenship. That's not true. That's not true. That's a preconceived notion. That's not true. That's every bit as not true as a black woman saying, I'm gonna marry a white man because they rich. That's not true, Shauna. I heard a woman say, oh, these men want to go there and marry those women for those impoverished countries. Not everybody on those in Thailand and the Philippines are broke. Some of those people are very rich with daughters that they want what's best for them.
But with that statement, though, how is that any different than you see a sister on a dating show say, he need to make 150 grand. I like to travel. He got us up. I ain't never seen a guy past 40,000, but he got to support my lifestyle. What lifestyle you talking about besides the one you seen on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta?
Standards.
He got to do all this stuff. He got to have, do all these other things. So if he gonna be tricking off his money anyway, he at least need to be able to choose how he want to trick it off. If he gonna get used anyway, let him get used how he see fit. If that's how you feel.
There it is.
I mean, he getting used anyway, right? Because you don't really care. I mean, not you personally, but most times they don't really care about what the dude want anyway. He just supposed to support her lifestyle. She don't want to work no way. I only want to pay 20% of the bills. So what's the difference? If you say you're not gonna compete.
Alfred said feminists don't care about family. When has the feminist movement benefited the black man or the black family? They haven't. They've successfully fucked it off. Successfully. And this is Paul, what up? And this is why we have a problem. This is why, Shauna, when you say, fuck, he wants to go to Thailand, bye, you're answering the question of the show. You don't want to compete. You don't want to compete. You don't care about the black household. This is a problem. There's 84% of eligible black men. Single, childless, above average. Some of them are rich. But y'all see to choose the 16% that ain't worth a damn. And when you had to live with your bad choice, you blame all of us? It's not fair. So then when these men are striking out with women, they say, fuck it, I'm going to get my passport and leave it. It's bye? That's not right, man. She says,
listen, we all
the trillion are also the hairdressers that do hair. Most black hairdressers do black hair. Are you missing the point? Queen, salute, Queen. The point is 1.1 trillion spent on black hair products, and there's only one family that owns shit in there. Everybody else is owned by white people and Asians. And the Koreans come up in our neighborhoods and sell us this shit, and we get our hair and nails done and feet done, and we look real good, but we ain't worth a goddamn. We look real good, but we ain't worth a goddamn. We look real good, but we ain't worth a goddamn. And y'all pass up all these good men. 84% of these men are good men. But because they don't meet y'all. Now, earlier in the show, you talked about men and women gravitating towards the 10s in the room. So because this guy's not a 10, let's say he's a 4 or a 5, you don't even want to have a conversation with him. Because he walks in, he's a 4. His friend walks in, he's a 5. But the dude that they rolling with is 6'2", and he looks decent. He gets the conversation. And guess what? When the sun, moon, and the stars is the right alignment, he might even get the pussy. And then y'all get mad when y'all generate compliance. This is what I'm saying, man. This is all bugged out. It's backwards. It's not normal. It's not normal. And this is why back in the day, the man used to have to give his daughter away. It had nothing to do with love. And see, here we go. And y'all not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You see what happens? When y'all got some shit, when y'all get a little rights, look at the decisions y'all make. Oh, Drew, that's fucked up. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yo.
Y'all are fucked up from the bitches getting their waist snatched on Instagram to a goddamn Rhode Island black female gay senator twerking on her head and wants to teach your first grader how to masturbate. All that education y'all got, this is what the fuck y'all doing? And then you want to talk about saying, yo, we don't need guidance. We don't need to be under the authority of a man. Let me explain something to you. If I lived in Rhode Island, not only would I not vote for that bitch, but I'd be on this platform talking reckless about her every day. She is not teaching my first grader how to do that, or any other first grader. Why? I do not want my children, my daughters, my nieces, or my nephews seeing a senator with all that education twerking on her fucking head. Y'all don't need guidance? Who's the brother that opened up that restaurant? The DJ played some music, and those black bitches got out there and start twerking. When he says, no, this ain't the place for that, they tried to cancel that brother. And then I think that's the same restaurant. Isn't that in Dallas? Or is it in Houston? Where that fat bitch walked in there ass naked.
That was Turkey Leg Hut. That was Houston, bro.
Bro, why would she do it? We can't have nothing nice. Before it used to be niggas can't have nothing because niggas shoot it up. Now niggas can't have nothing because bitches want to turn up and walk in places ass naked. Just because there was a dress code, she walk in there ass naked. What point are you trying to prove? Black woman, that woman's a queen.
You know what? Let me say this real quick since you brought that up. About Turkey led her maybe about a year or so ago. It was during the pandemic. They came out with a dress code. They like no do-rags, no sagging pants. Then they listed for the chicks, don't come out with the pajama pants and bonnets. I have not heard one dude complain about the dress code. I've only seen complaints online or people here in Houston complain that were women about the dress code. Oh, I can't wear my bonnet. Oh, I can't wear my fuzzy slippers. Oh, I can't wear my pajama pants that at 2 p.m. that I woke up in and didn't change and wash my tail. That don't make no sense. And I've only seen chicks complain about that.
Hey, Shauna. Yeah, only the women complain. You got big mouth. She says, and the father gave the teen away to a 60-year-old, to a 60-year-old friend. Well, let me ask you a question. Let's say that's true. I think you're exaggerating with that, but I'll take that. Let's say that's true. The teen will be taken care of. And when that 60-year-old dies of a heart attack in mid-stroke, who inherits all of that shit? She does. And she takes care of the kids. You know what'll happen? Another man will court her, and she will be under the authority of another man. Because what is she supposed to do it herself? Furthermore, you want to play that game? Let's play the game. I did the story about the 30-plus-year-old boxer. You remember the story? He made friends with the married chick, and he accompanied her to serve her husband, her
here
old
in Houston.
husband, right there in Houston. Divorce papers. He went to his. What did he drive? He had a luxury vehicle. I forget what he drove, but he went back to it, got his goddamn gun, and got to dump it. All the bullets missed her and hit him. He died. He sped off. Cops caught up to him. He shot himself. He's not expected to survive. 2 men dead. And he wasn't divorced. She's entitled to his estate. Win-win. 2 niggas dead. So, you sure you want to play this game? And all they said in that article was that man's significant age gap, it was about 21 years. Older than her. And now he took his own life. He's dead. So she gets all of his shit. She's the victim. You know what I didn't read? Her name.
They still ain't said her name like they ain't said that chick name up in Boston.
You notice that? We don't know her name. I don't even see her picture. Nothing. 2 men dead. We don't even know that bitch name.
Facts.
Okay? You understand?
And she was married.
Understand?
Just like
So
this
now-
other chick in Houston was.
So now, in your scenario, you said, "Oh yeah, no thanks." I could expand on your scenario. That woman will be taken care of, but he'll be dead long before her, and she'll be taken care of. That's what the father was there for. I need my daughter taken care of. I don't give a fuck about looks. I'm not gonna be here for her forever. I need to know that she's gonna be taken care of. So the father was picking. But you know what happens when the father stopped picking? Y'all started doing weird shit like writing your own vows. I heard some strange fucking vows. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, yo, isn't that a rap song? Why are you quoting a Tupac lyric in your vows? What the fuck is wrong? What is this? Am I in the fucking Twilight Zone? And guess what, Shauna? You wanna know what else? You saying no thanks. How bad is the divorce rate in the black community? And these are men that women picked. And they're the ones walking away from the goddamn marriages.
Whoa! What's up? That's kind of pretty before it gets started. Oh, what?
Well, let me address this the father giving away thing. Let me say this. my wife was raised in a 2-parent household. My wife's parents are from Liberia. They moved here in the 70s. So my wife was born here in the States. So she is full-blooded Liberian, born and raised here in the States. I didn't know how they moved. So when I was ready to propose and stuff like that, me and her younger sister was cool. I went and asked her what the protocol was. I was like, am I supposed to go to your father? What I'm supposed to do? She told me what the protocol was. I did it. Now, I ain't 60. Had a conversation. We already had met a few times and stuff like that, and had conversations a few times. But I went, talked to him man to man, told him what I was going to do, how I was going to treat his daughter. We laughed and joked. He told me this joke. He said, "You know what? This ain't Walmart, so you ain't gonna be able to return it. She's staying with you." We laughed about it. Now, unfortunately, he passed away last year, but we laughed about that every time we saw each other. That she said, "This ain't layaway, this ain't Walmart, ain't no return. So when she with you, she with you. That means she out my pocket, and you got the responsibility." I said, "Okay." We shook hands like men, and we moved forward. So now, reason why that's such a foreign concept, because a lot of us don't come up in 2-parent households. But that's another conversation for another day.
Right. You see, and you see how she went to the extreme. Shona said 60-year-old, look, that goes to the extreme. So our brother Brian Price says it's like this when I travel across seas. Those exotic women is on point. They got their own place, car, business, etc. They just looking for brothers to vent to. They're looking for brothers to vent to, and that's bringing the same value to the table. Hey, man, it's not what you think. Motherfuckers will have you thinking that these guys are going over there and they literally picking women up from the dirt, cleaning them up, and then putting shit in their head, and they coming them back like robots. Like you remember the Stepford Children, the Stepford Wives? Remember that series? Like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Look what she says. They only walk away when the marriage did not grow in progress and are flexible enough to have each other's backs. Wow. So it's the man's fault. Exhibit A. You see? You see?
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
That's what you think?
This goes to everything I was saying everything about both parties. You're going to go through seasons. You talking about somebody did not grow. Based on what? If y'all communicate and y'all on the same page and do what y'all supposed to do. See, this whole thing about growing apart, a lot of times y'all not talking to each other like y'all supposed to. People naturally are selfish. You can start, if you start focusing more on doing more selfless acts and stop being selfish, a lot of this stuff don't happen because the other person will be in tune with your needs if you actually talk to them. Now, if you talking to people and they don't understand it or they ain't trying to listen to you, that's one thing. But a lot of times people just assume the man or the woman is supposed to be a mind reader. No, fool, talk. Say what you need. Say what's on your mind. Communicate. They not mind readers.
Oh my God, I'm reading this. This is
so that's a big thing. I told you, people don't survive the seasons that change because you expect somebody was moving. You know what? That same stuff you maybe used to do 5 years ago, maybe it ain't hitting on nothing today. Now you wondering why they left. It's because me and my wife, we sit here every 4, 5, 6 months or so. I sit there, I open myself up, be like, you know what? Am I straight? Am I doing everything that you expected me to do as a husband, as a father? You gotta ask. A couple times she done been like, wait a minute now. I had to take that on the chin. I had to change. A couple times she had to be like, okay, I need to change. But we had conversations because I'd rather be vulnerable and be uncomfortable short term than be long term uncomfortable. Got to go through a divorce.
That's
right.
Figure
out what to do with my kids and everything.
That's right.
Else. But a lot of people ain't willing to be uncomfortable short term. You rather not say nothing. What's wrong? You rather not communicate. And then when he don't do what you think he ought to do, oh, well, we just grew apart. No, you ain't talking, and you selfish, and you also conniving, you trifling, and you deserve to be by yourself. That's what happened. Because being in a relationship with somebody is a duty. You got to wake up and choose that person every day. And that's why you talk about competing. You got to compete for that person
That's
every day.
why I'm talking about competing.
As a married man, I got to compete every day. Just because a dude ain't lined up at the door waiting on her, I can't be out here making a whole bunch of dumb decisions.
You got to be consistent in who you are. What you did,
because it's only so much of that she gonna take.
What you did to get her is how you have to stay to keep her.
And vice versa. It ain't no woman just sitting there waiting on me to just like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? But she still got to do everything she's supposed to do as a wife when she wake up and choose me every day, just like I chose her. She compete every day to make sure I'm good. That's why we sit there and these are things. Am I cool?
And these are things that we talk about. If we met you, and look, we're physical, right? If we met you and it's like, oh man, you look good. Now, you know, age is undefeated. You see these old couples, the old man, he ain't getting enough vitamin C, so now his head is bent and he got the hunchback. And the woman is built like grandma. They didn't look like that in the 30s. But what I'm saying is, while you're young and you could, what's the matter if he's out there busting his ass? The least a woman could do is stay in shape. We want to talk about the physical aspect of it, right? Now I know this is gonna hurt some feelings, but I mean, look, man. Dan, the more I read this shit, Shauna, come on.
Bullshit.
Stop. The women walk away. She said they only walk away when the marriage did not grow. What do you mean marriage didn't grow? In progress and are flexible enough to have each other's back. Oh my God.
Bullshit.
No. The women, 80% of the women are walking away from their marriages, man. And it's for stupid reasons. And I hear that all the time. Growing apart? Why black people don't go to counseling? Why do they think they're allergic to counseling? Why the fuck? What did you think a marriage is? And I asked the question earlier. What do you think a man wants? And that's the problem. Y'all don't know men, and that's why the passport brothers exist. Y'all not stopping to get to know men. Y'all are so caught up in this bullshit in the world right now. Y'all listen to the Meg the Stallions of the world. Y'all listening to the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and all this other shit. Y'all watching Sex in the City. Y'all don't have no fucking clue about us. Y'all don't. Y'all don't know us. And then when we're saying, yo, look, can y'all come sit down and look, y'all fucked with Pookie. There's some dudes that saying, look, I could deal with you having a kid. I don't want to get on the plane. I don't like flying, but I'll go. Look, I know you got a kid and it's going to be hard, but you know, work with me. And then you try and work with the chick and she got on this list of demands as if she don't have someone else's kid.
Right.
And you supposed to conform to her fucking game plan. It don't go like that. You're already fucked up. You already fucked up. Even the women that are childless. If you're childless and you're in your 40s, guess what? You're probably fucked up. Want me to prove it? I asked Shauna, why are you single? She said, because I'm not ready to have a relationship. Shauna, what do you need to do to be able to be in a relationship? What do you feel you need to do?
As she answering that though, you mentioned counseling. Check this out. Mm-hmm. Before my wife and I got married, we went through premarital counseling. Now check this out. Nothing was wrong. It was just the church we was going to at the time. They had a nice little dynamic. The husband and wife was pastoring together. They had been married for almost 20 years. So we went through premarital counseling. Right. One of the things we learned about how to communicate with each other, because it's like, okay, they were like, you're going to argue. You're going to have disagreements, right? But then it was like, okay, you got to know how to fight fair. We was like, fight fair? What does that mean? That means that you stay on the topic that you discussing, right? That's number one. Don't be jumping all over the place. Don't be bringing up old stuff. You already solved. That's number one. Number two, Don't be calling each other out of each other's name. No F
Yeah, none
boy
of that.
this, no B
None of that.
words, none of that stuff. And then number 3, you can tie that in with number 2, which is don't be saying stuff demeaning to hurt somebody to win their argument. You know how chicks like to be like, they get mad at you and be like, that's why the last bitch left you. Doing stuff like that.
They're trying to they're trying to use something against you
Twist
to
the
hurt your
knife.
feelings.
So, because see, you can say stuff, you can do stuff, you can apologize. She may forgive, but she ain't gonna forget, because see, that's the first thing you say to her is something demeaning. Like, let's say, you know, if I'm dating Shauna, right? Like, if she keep focusing on weight, and if I'm dating Shauna, or I'm married to Shauna, right? And then the first thing I say, I get mad to say something about her weight. That's foul. That's foul. If I move like that, because now she. So that was like one of the things. Like, we also did like communication exercises too. It was like this thing where it was just like, I said some stuff and then she was asked to repeat back what I said, and a lot of times it'd be totally different. It'd be all
Totally,
out of space.
I know it. I know that. Yeah, I know that one.
But truth be told, I did that. I did that too. So you'd be like, okay, you learn how to listen and interpret stuff a whole lot different. See, we talking about growing and why relationships. Oh, it ain't because the dude was toxic, narcissistic, or we just grew apart. Those are top 3 phrases you hear all the time now.
Toxic.
Because you don't know how to work with somebody. You don't know how to get along. You don't know how to get into agreement with somebody. We grew apart. You don't know how to agree. You don't know how to get along with somebody.
Very disagreeable. How many of these modern women today are feminine? No, they're not. These women are dudes out here. These women are dudes. They argue back and forth. I've never seen anything like this. There's no, and listen very carefully. This era is, we've made it so safe that women actually think they can talk shit to a man without no consequence. I mean, back in the day, there was a fear. Like, you know, I can have my opinion and I might go back and forth with a dude, but there's a line you don't cross.
A line.
Because, you know, a dude will be like, why are you acting like I won't? General Zod, why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it? You know, dudes be like, yo, I don't let other men talk to me. Like, men, we could be getting into a heated discussion, but when we in front of each other, we curb it, because you know there's an element of violence that can happen. Yo, if I say this right now, there might be a situation where he might be like, yo, what'd you say? And I have to decide, do I really feel like fighting? You know, I mean, out here, we could be going back and forth, and I'll be cool. But the moment you say, nigga, suck my dick, that's a fight, man. You don't tell no man to suck your dick. That's a fight. Like, nigga, what? That's a fight. That's a fight. Now, let me be clear. We're grown. We got a lot to lose. But I'm just letting you know. I'm the out. Word. That's what it is. Okay. Walk away. No, you're gonna turn and walk away. All right, but you get what I'm saying. But now I've seen women beefing with a dude, and the dude be walking away, and that chest bumping him, and nigga, suck my dick. And it's like, whoa, why is she acting like he won't fuck her up?
Slapping them all in the back of the head.
Yeah, in the back of the head, you a bitch ass nigga. And it's like, yo, why do they feel so fucking safe? Why do they feel so safe? Well, we've civilized the world, and that's just the reality of it. But all these women feminine? No. You see Shauna in here, she don't even want to compete for a man. I don't compete for men. But she says she wants one, but I'm not going to compete. You heard the scenario. She's in a bar. There's a funny guy. She said he needs to be funny, make me laugh. And I'm assuming he needs to be somewhat handsome. Her criteria wasn't very vast. She didn't say anything about money. I could have got deep, but I didn't. She didn't say nothing about income. She kept it simple. As long as it makes me laugh. And then she put in stiff dick. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? She snuck that one in there. So the scenario is, he's there at the bar. And he's turned up. Everyone's laughing. Oh, Charles, you're so funny. Oh, my God. So now Shauna goes sit next to Charles. Hey, how you doing? My name's Shauna. And eye contact. Hey, how you doing, Shauna? And now they're talking. And he's making her laugh. Now the other two or three chicks go on the other side. Hey, Charles, you're real funny. Hey, how you doing? Now they got the eye contact. How do you compete? Shauna's saying she waves the white flag, and says, okay, well, nice meeting you, Charles. She don't even compete. That could potentially be your husband. What's the matter with competing for something that you say you want? How about this? We, as men, compete every day against each other. Every day. You don't even realize it, do you? I'm talking to the audience now. Y'all don't realize it. Y'all don't realize it. We compete going to school, resources, the corporate ladder. I don't work for corporate America. I work for transit. We have ranks. I have a test coming up in February. We compete every day. And if I was single, I want to become as marketable as I can, because you know why? The more money I make, the better my options are. I'm not reduced, like I said earlier in the show, I'm not reduced to talking to some chick that's dipping fries. She got a fat little ass. We've all seen the pretty bitch, the pretty legal bitch working at McDonald's. It's like, man, she got a nice body, but she dipping fries. And she coming to the register, how can I take your order? And it's like, oh my God. Well, her body's banging. But you ain't got to go there. And she might be an 8 physically. She might be an 8, but you know what comes with that. She got the gold booger in her nose, 3 earrings with that shit, the fucking staff in her ear, rake eyelashes, but she got a dope ass body. Shauna, that is bullshit, man. A dude that's single is keeping his options open. You see what I'm saying? She don't know men. This is the problem. He's a single man in the bar, and I just gave you a scenario where there's 2 or 3, you included, women that are interested in him. It's the guy that you say you want. He smiled at you. He also smiled at them. You're saying you're not even going to compete? Why? Because you can't? You can't compete?
Well, that's the thing. I was talking to a young lady maybe about a year ago, and she laid out all this stuff that she wanted in a guy, and I was transparent with her, and I told her, look, I can go find this guy tomorrow and set him on your doorstep, but that don't mean that you gonna know how to keep him. That man, just like you have interest that you need him to meet for you, you got criteria that he has to meet. You got to meet that. You got to meet criteria that he has as well for that man to stay around. That's what I said earlier when I first started talking. People want a lot while investing little. We understand it when it comes to Vegas, right? You put in little money, you get little back. We don't understand that when it comes to life. You what you invest in, what you put out there, hey, you gonna get that in return. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to at least invest. I talked about reciprocation. When we talk about compete, nobody's saying that you need to be like Eddie Murphy, bark like a dog. What we talking about is you reciprocating value. You see a guy showing you attention. You see he's showing you things and stuff like that interest you. What is wrong with showing interest back and returning the favor? I don't want to be calling you all the time, but you don't never call me. I ain't finna be no thirst trapping after you like that. You telling me right there you're not interested, no matter how much I like you. I'm not a fool. If you don't want to show me that you are at least interested, because what you not finna do is get me out here like y'all chicks like to do now, try to expose somebody and be like, oh, he thirsty, he always texting me, I left him on red, girl. Okay. Okay, well, that's cool. I'm going to move on.
See, she doesn't understand. She says, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Just because I want him doesn't mean he want me, and that's cool. I will move on. That's not what I'm saying. He's a single
That's
guy.
not what I wanted.
She doesn't see what I'm saying? She does not understand men. She doesn't understand men. That's not what I'm saying. The scenario I gave was that the guy that you say all he needed to do was make you laugh. That's basically what you said. So now you got the funny guy that he's the regular at the bar, and he's fucking hilarious. He got everybody spilling milk out their nose. He looked at you and smiled. You come to the bar. How you doing? The other two girls that are interested, they go on the other side. How you doing? So he gives them the same attention that he gave you. So do you just say, I'm done because the other two walked up, or do you compete? There's nothing wrong with competing. Let me be very clear, Shauna. Men compete by way of our accomplishments. We do it every day. We do it every day. We want to look good. We want to smell good. We want to be the best we can be. Well, the 84% want to be the best men that we can be. The 16% don't give a shit because they got enough going for themselves. They're the ones getting all the pussy. So sometimes the 84%, well, they're saying, what are we competing for? I'm going to get my passport and get the fuck out this bitch because they're not checking for me. For all you know, he may be ready to court you, but if you get up and leave, you're leaving him to them. Do you compete? Y'all are judged on y'all physique and your femininity. Are you feminine?
If you don't want, listen, even if he interested, no dude is gonna stick around if you not showing that you're interested back. He's not gonna sit there and play himself like that. Most dudes that self-respecting anyway. I mean, I don't understand the point of playing this game of I'm not gonna compete or not show anything of interest back to him. And if he don't like me, then so be it. Like that don't add up. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
No, yeah, it gets deep. It gets deep. You see what Queen said? This is a real answer. She says, if I like the dude at the bar, I'm gonna see what's up with him, even if other chicks are around. She's competing. That's the natural order of things. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a party, I've been at a club, or when I was way younger, and I saw a shorty. I'm not the only person looking at her. I know I'm not. So now I'm like, all right, y'all remember Banaka? I kept the Banaka in. I'm like, all right, let me roll up to let me see what's good. I've gone up on chicks where there was a dude on the other side talking. I'm like, yo, man, let me get a Heineken. And I'm listening. I'm ear hustling. Who is that? Oh, good. That's her gay friend. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Oh, wait. Oh, he's trying to holler? Fuck that. Watch this. Unbutton the shirt so she can see the pecs. I'm just looking and I'm waiting for a break in their conversation. And I'll just hit her with the pinky. Turn around, like, hey, what up? And I'll just let her see the chest, and I'll just turn back this way. Got her. Now I got her. Enjoying your night? Yo, what's up, yo? Because he's fishing like I'm fishing. And I've been in situations where now she got one here, and she got me, and now she got to make a decision. Sometimes it's me. Most times she'll turn back around and start continuing the conversation. And when it's that, I'll just take my Heineken and walk off. But if she's showing me love, I'm going to keep talking. I competed. And I wasn't disrespectful. He was having a conversation like I was having. She's a stranger to us. She has to make a decision. Sometimes it was the other person. Sometimes it was me. I competed. There's nothing wrong with that.
That club scenario really good because how many times have you seen a chick that you may like, but she on the dance floor dancing with another dude? You waiting on the song to end so he can move on, so you can try to slide in and see what's popping with her. You see what I'm saying? That's a form of competing. You trying to see how you trying to see if you can get a little further than the next square did. You see what I mean? That's what you trying to do. But we understand that since day one.
See, Shauna, now you're saying something different, baby. She said, if I see the dude is interested, then of course I'm sticking around no matter who's there. But I just asked you, are you going to compete? You heard the scenario. I know you heard the scenario. I was very clear. You're there. The other two chicks are there. He's a stranger to both of y'all. He smiled at you like he smiled at them. What are you going to do? Are you going to compete? And you said, bye. Just like the Passport brothers. They don't want to stay here, bye. But then I asked you, do you care about the black household? I don't remember what you said. Because is it bye? If the black household don't work out, bye. This is a problem. This is the attitude. Bye. 80% of y'all are walking away from marriage, and you cap for the women that are walking away from marriage. They're wrong. They're walking away from marriage instead of working shit out. You automatically took the woman's side. I know for a fact that these women out here fucked up. I know for a fact. And guess what? Don't take my word for it. Look at the data. Y'all are running to school, and marriage is low. And y'all are going to school, student loan is up. That's another thing. Student loan be up. Some of y'all got kids, and then you want a dude to come in there and take on your fucking student loan? This is a bad deal, man. Let's leave school out of it. Let me ask you, Shauna. A man caught you. What are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Omega Red says, I told you, Drew, they will never say what need to be said. We always got to figure them out and guide them. And this is what I was saying. I just had this conversation with another young lady that I used to work with. She had a problem with that term, submission. And I said, Google the term. Becoming under someone's authority. And she said, no, I don't like that. I said, what are you talking about? You're married. Your husband makes all the goddamn decisions in the house. You work, he works, you come home, you cook. You got X amount of kids, you cook for them. You cook for him. You take care of a lot of things inside the household and you work. You do things that he just doesn't do because he does other things that you don't do. But when I said, do you know when you talk to me, you ever notice how you say, I'm not gonna say a husband's name, but you say, you ever said, well, you know, he decided to do this, so I guess we're gonna do that. I said, you know how many times I've known him for a lot of years. I said, you know how many times you told me that? She said, well, yeah. I said, well, guess what? Surprise. You're under his authority. Because if you was by yourself, how would you have handled that? And she just gave me a blank stare. I don't know. Yeah. You submitted to that man and you're under his authority. There were so many problems you had in your house, and when you couldn't get him on the phone, you called me. The pipe burst, what do I do? I'm not a plumber, but you called me. You had to wait for your fucking husband to come home, didn't you? Didn't you? You're under his authority.
You know what, bro? She not the only one, because I'll be honest, my wife was the same way. It's the word that they associate with. It's like associated with they feel like it's a slavery term.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's not, like, we had this conversation, we went back and forth. It's like you do stuff all the time. Like, that's a form of submission. Like, no, it's not. I'm not lording over you. I don't have my foot on your neck making you do nothing. You willingly make a decision to follow my lead. And here's the thing. I do, like, even when I get ready to make a decision, I do consult with my wife.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And a lot of times, and truth be told, a lot of times her idea may be a little bit better than mine. I'll be like, you know what?
Now watch this.
You know what? You're right. What's wrong with that? Now I'll take over, but
now what if
that's your idea?
Now what if every time it came time for you to make a move, and you know you're right, she fighting with you just to fight with you, trying to prove her independence. You ain't gotta prove your independence. You can always voice your opinion. Either I roll with it or I won't. Either I'll be right or I'll be wrong. But see here comes Shauna. She says, LOL, I don't agree with under his authority. Baby, you take someone's hand in marriage, guess what? Yeah, and what's the matter with being under your husband's authority? You're supposed to trust him to lead, right? Because a man is supposed to lead. Go to the animal kingdom. You know what men do? The males do? You ever seen two lions fighting? Guess who's always sitting there in the wings? The lioness, because she's waiting for the winner to come smash so they can make babies and have a pride. Bears, same thing. Primates, same thing. And that whole pride is under their authority. Don't look too deep into the
they look into the word
meanings, into the words
like that.
You ever took accounting
semantics
in school?
And all that stuff like that.
Don't look at the semantics. Exactly. You ever took accounting in school? The T account, debit and credit, and I'm looking at it like using it as an actual term. I'm like, why is this a debit? Why is that a credit? And I went to school the next day in college, and I'm looking at I'm talking to the professor. I'm like, this item wouldn't be a debit. This item would be a credit. He says, no. Debit and credit on a T account. First of all, you don't use the T accounts in real life accounting. This is just how we teach it. He said, right. Debit and credit is just a fancy term for left and right. That's it. I said, wait a minute. Why can't y'all just say left and right? He said, I don't know. But debit and credit is just a fancy term for left and right. That's it. You was legitimately, I fucked up my homework because I'm like, this item gotta be credit. This item gotta be debit. He said, stop. Did you read this? I said, yeah. He says, no. This is just a fancy term for left and right. That was it. I said, oh shit. And I scored high in the course. Don't ask me shit. It was so long ago. I don't remember anything. It was so long ago. But I was like, God damn. Don't look too deep in submission and under his authority.
Right. Because
there's so many women, the women that are leaders right now, the boss bitches, none of them are married. They all got fucked up relationships. They're single mothers. They fucked up their kids. They're raising a bunch of bitch ass niggas that are they're more feminine than their mothers. There's a lot of
under the authority of nobody.
They're under the authority of anybody, and we all know how a kid turns out. 90% of the kids that come out of single parent households are fucked up. You're setting them up for failure, and that's a fact. That's another statistic that supports what I'm saying.
Right.
And lastly, these women go to work and they under the authority and submission that they submit to their boss. Then their boss's authority, they don't fucking complain because they're paying them.
Every day.
But you can't submit to your husband who's taking care of you. Or I'll submit to a man if he's worth submitting to. That's the dating process. You're supposed to know, okay, this man, not only is he good looking, but he exerts his authority. He's a manly man. He looks like a good leader. You shouldn't be dating a dude that when the going gets tough, he's cracking and crying under pressure like a lot of women do. And this is by nature. Y'all are not built like us. These shoulders are built for carrying. Y'all hips are built for baby making. We have different roles, and what I'm saying is we've gotten away from the roles of society. Y'all women, y'all say that y'all have to be strong. We're in a position because we have to be strong. No, you put yourself there because you chose the wrong man. That's what you did, and now you have to be strong because you chose some irresponsible dumbass nigga.
Right.
And y'all are raising the men that you say you don't like by keeping these children to full term. And now Roe vs. Wade made sure that you keep those fucking kids to full term. Now what you gonna do? Prophylactics better go up. I'm not telling you not to get your fuck on. I'm not saying that. But I am saying now you gotta be responsible. Now you can't trap Pookie and say, look, my hey nanu is so powerful, it's gonna make him a good man. He's gonna change his mind. His good-looking ass is gonna be with me. No, I ain't gonna be with you. Go ahead and speak that kid out. I'm still gonna be doing me. Well, I'm gonna take you to court. I ain't got no job on the books. And Pookie's good living that life. And don't get mad, your ass chose him. It was hot girl summer from 18 to 35, and now that you've grown up and you're mature and you have yourself a little job, because the average woman doesn't make as much as the average man. The average man only makes $40,000 a year in this country. Y'all make about 30 to 35. So now you're doing pretty good for yourself. You say, you know what? I'm ready to be a wife. And you expect the guy, the 84. Now you're ready for the 84%. You done fucked your life off. You done fucked away the prime years of your life from 18 to 35. You done fucked it off. And now you're sitting across the dinner table with your high body count and your hot girl summer. And when that man says, tell me about yourself, I have a daughter, I have a son. How old? They're 10. And if it's a daughter, that's not a good deal. For a man to come into your life and be a father to your daughter, what if your daughter don't like him for whatever reason? The same reason why you picked him off of, the same reason why you picked Pookie off of his looks is the same reason why your daughter don't like the 84% guy you're trying to bag now. Oh, I don't like him. He looks creepy. He's not my father. Your father ain't shit. So what? That's my father. That's another show.
You know, before you wrap it up though, bro, let me just say this, right? Chicks, ladies, if you out there, listen, stop choosing the dude because you think he got some swag and he got a beard and he wearing a Gucci belt. Because only thing that does is get you cheated on and skeeted on at the end of the day.
Say it again.
You need to be looking at what this dude, seriously, like, what does this dude, what is his plan? You ought to be understanding what his plan is, right? What is his vision? How good is he at making decisions? With his vision, how he see himself down the line with family and everything like that. Then you can, if you actually sit there and talk with him and see how he responds, see where his vision is, where he's trying to go, then you figure out how you fit into it. If you don't see yourself being able to fit into it, then move on. Stop making these crazy decisions based off of, oh, well, this is how he look, and oh, I got lit this one night and then I let him get it. No, that's what leaves you in a situation to where you mad now talking about all these ninjas ain't ish. It's right. Because you're not properly vetting. You're not being patient enough to take the time to get to know a person and understand where they really truly trying to go in life. Because a lot of these dudes, these 16% that Drew talking about, a lot of these dudes ain't got no vision of where they trying to go. And they let you know off top they ain't got no vision for no family. They can't even tell you what where they want to be in their life 5 years from now. What you want to do 5 years from now? What you want to do 5 years from now? Shit, I don't know. Should have lied. That's all I know. He talking like that, but you like, oh, that's so cute. Beard though.
Because you saw him at the store with some jogging pants on and he was free balling.
Right. I mean,
stigmatized.
I mean, it's simple stuff. You ain't even got to ask no question about how much money he make. If you actually have genuine conversations with him, you can figure out if he know how to plan, if he know how to budget, if he know how to save, he know how to take care of his business, his car running, he know how to do stuff, he keep up with his maintenance. Most dudes, that's why women shouldn't get hung up on whether or not they gotta cook or clean and stuff like that, because I know a lot of dudes that know how to clean up better than chicks. They more organized in their closet better than chicks. How many chicks you done seen taking pictures with a dirty selfie in the background, the bathroom glass all motley and stuff? They're like, I know dudes who keep even myself, man, I keep my closet like A1, color coded, everything, man. A lot of chicks, man, like y'all ain't organized. You talking about, oh, he want me to cook and clean. You don't even really know how to do that well. What you talking about? So you ain't bringing that to the table. Can I at least get some peace in the house? Can I at least watch the game without you arguing with me, getting on my nerve? You know what I'm saying? You ain't even doing that. You ain't even doing that.
These women are babies. Some of these women are babies. They're babies. They want all the attention. They don't know how to leave a guy alone. Sometimes we want to come home and watch the game and then go to fucking bed. You know
and so that's what I'm saying. Like, and and here's the thing: dudes be doing the same stuff too, man. Stop looking at that girl cheeks, man. Just it ain't worth it. Take time to sit down, see how she thinks. Do she make good decisions too? Do she got a good head on her shoulders? And when I say good head on her shoulders, I ain't talking about her education, because we just stated earlier, we know a lot of chicks that got masters and PhDs that make dumb decisions every single day.
Dumbest
right?
ones.
So you gotta understand, like, and then and chick will let you know too what type of time is she on. If you really sit there and pay attention, you just ask her the right questions. She's gonna talk herself. She'll tell you everything about it you need to know. Long as you ain't being, like 7-8 said, long as you ain't being tentative about the situation, and you really see what type of time she on, you can make the best decisions for you too, where you ain't even gotta waste time. All of us, man, as a group, we out here choosing for the wrong reasons, and it leaves us in a situation where now you have to have a podcast, ask a question like this: who are you competing? Are you really wanting to compete, or are you just trying to, have a notch on your belt just to say, hey? I see it as a notch on. They just want to have a notch on the belt because, dude, I be having chicks, man, be trying to check for me. They know I got a ring on the hand, and they still be trying to act like what you doing it for? Like, you ain't doing it for me. Do it go against the narrative that you think that all dudes ain't is? So you got to prove for yourself. Something got to be wrong. He been married this long.
That's what it is.
I gotta prove that he ain't ish because it go against the narrative that I ain't ran to nobody yet. It can't be me.
I know so many women,
but it can't be me.
I've known women to say that they do it just to say that they can do it. Exactly. It's a proof of point, and it's like, what they don't know, and this is another topic for another day. But they'll say, "Yeah, I fucked him," and I've known women to say, yeah, I fucked him and I got a picture of him and I could extort him and tell his wife. Newsflash: if this is a high value man, you ain't gonna hurt his wife. You can send that shit right to her social. First of all, high value men, their wives don't have no social media. If they do have a social media, it's legit only their family on it. You could DM her. First of all, you not even know who the fuck his wife is. That's number one. Number two, if you do, you DM the picture. What are you gonna do? He's supposed to fuck up the household. He's supposed to come to you after you did that to him. You lucky if he don't strangle you. What are you doing? You just want to bust up the household just to bust it up?
Facts.
Guess what? That woman ain't going nowhere. She'll be like, okay, he was out. So what? You sucked his dick? Yeah, you are kind of cute. He smashed you. And she gonna look at, she's like, yo, I got acres of land out there, got a pool, there's a horse in the yard over there, there's a family van and 2 Porsches in the 4-car garage. He goes out and works 12-hour days, and all I have to do is cook, clean, make sure the kids are well kept, and when they out to school, I go to the gym for 2 hours and I do hot yoga. Then I come home and have dinner ready. I'm supposed to give this shit up because he fucked your raggedy ass? What, you think you're gonna come in here and take my spot? Goodbye. And you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna smash him and DM you back the pictures of him smashing his wife. Then how you gonna feel? Right back at you. I know a situation like that.
Man.
Shorty came to work devastated. I'm like, what happened? And she didn't want to say. Her girlfriends told me, yo, you remember that dude she met when we went to the party? The millionaire dude? There was some dude that lived up in Suffolk County, and he used to donate heavy to Suffolk County Police and NYPD. And I forgot what he did, but he was loaded. You ever been around one of those guys that smelled like money?
Right.
He was loaded, and he wasn't bullshitting. He had on a Movado watch. And when I went home and looked it up, this was before like we had all the high-speed cell phones. I went home and I looked up that watch. That watch was fucking $13,000. His shoes was about $5,000. I looked, I said, what the fuck? And he was a philanthropist. He donated to law enforcement. And one of these cute little Latinas was on him. And he had the wedding band on and everything, and he was standing there with his scotch on the rocks, and he was talking to her, and and she looked good. And when we left the party, You know, my other homegirl, the gay chick, was like, yo, she got his number. Okay. Yeah, she gonna do this, she gonna do that. Well, she came to work. A couple of days later, hooked up with him. Right? You remember the old flip phones? Remember how bad the pictures were?
Yeah, the Motorola's and them Razor phones and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she came to work and started showing pictures. And it was enough you could make it out. He had fell asleep in the bed and everything. I was like, oh. And she said, yeah, she need to move over because I'm coming up in there. I've been to his house and that's his bed and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking it's going to be one big episode of fucking All My Children or something. About a month or two later, she come to work literally looking down. Perez, good morning. Hey. What's wrong with her? We on roll call. I'm like, what's wrong with her? The gay chick that used to partner up with her, she said, yo, remember what she said she was going to do to homie? I was like, yeah. What happened? She did it? What happened? She got threatened? He threatened her, right? That nigga, he had to be part of the mob or something, right? She said, nah. Remember what she said she was going to do? Yeah. Well, she sent the wife those pictures. Oh, shit. What happened, though? The wife sent pictures of her back sleeping with her husband. I'm not going anywhere.
Betty.
I hope you enjoyed him. You remember that song? He's mine. You might have had him once, but I got him all the time. Remember that song in the 90s?
Yeah, that Moken stuff.
Yeah. And she said, yeah, hope you had fun. But this is my husband. Something she wrote. I got him every night. You had him one night. Hope you had fun. And on top of that, she starts sending him pictures of the land in the back, shit that she didn't see. He brought her in the house, just took her straight to the bedroom, smashed it, fell asleep, and then woke up and drove her home in his Porsche. And she thought she had one. She sent the pictures to the wife. Shorty said she was on some, yo, well, you know, you got to make a move because I'll send this to your wife. And he said, left her. And she sent it to the wife. And the wife sent, oh, yeah, that what? Here's what we and him do. This is what we do. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, let me send you a picture of the bedroom that you didn't see. Let me send you a picture of the jacuzzi that you didn't get in. Let me send you a picture of the pool out in the back that we go into. We have barbecues that you'll never show up to. Oh. I'm his wife. That's what she said. We had him one night. I hope you had fun because this is my life. And she came to work like this. I was like, oh shit. That wasn't even her man. She was devastated. She was devastated. You see? That's a true story, y'all. That's a true story. That's a true story. That dude, I don't even remember his name. That dude was loaded. He was loaded. I don't even know what he did for a living. He was loaded. But he used to donate. But that was just a quick story. What did he say? Murder said, even Drew asked me how in the hell I walk around slapping bulls that weigh 2,000 pounds and not be afraid. Because you're crazy. I'm from the city, man. I see a possum and I scream and run in the other direction. You probably hit it over the head with a mallet and eat it. I don't do that shit. I saw a raccoon outside. I was like, what's up, troll? Anyway, man, this is dope. I got to get up early in the morning. I might be late on my live tomorrow because I got to go drop my car off and get it inspected. And I'll be on tomorrow morning, man. Yo, Rob, man, this was dope, man. Thank you. Thank you for beaming in, man. I appreciate this.
Appreciate you having me on, bro. I appreciate the audience as well, listening and everybody chiming in. I love everybody, man. So it's good conversation. So, hey, anything I can do to help us further along Like you and I, man, there's success stories and marriage and stuff out here, so it's possible. It ain't an anomaly or nothing like that. There's plenty of people out here. We just need to get more vocal, to get more people to understand that. Listen, you can't get something for nothing. You're gonna have to compete for your mate. You're gonna have to choose each other every day, regardless of how you feel. If you think anything different, you are selfish, and it's not gonna work. And so that's all I got, bro. But I'm gonna drop off and let you sign off, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Y'all be easy.
No doubt, man. Looking forward to October, right?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. We got a whole 2 rows to ourselves. There's gonna be like 40 of us, man.
Yeah, I'm coming in on Friday. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hit this Knicks game again. After that, man, all day Saturday. I'll probably be moving around. I'm gonna get some exercise. I told myself I was gonna walk the Brooklyn Bridge or something. Give me a little exercise, a little walk.
Oh, you gonna walk the Brooklyn Bridge? Yeah. I don't know, new Fat Boy Fitness showing up. I don't know. Maybe I'll take out of my gym.
Is Focus Ball still having a fight?
Yeah. I'm a triple. I'm gonna make sure I'm a triple check with him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So maybe I'm off from work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I'm off Sunday, Monday. I have to pull a lot of strings to get that off. But Dave is gonna be here.
Yeah,
he's coming up.
So he said he's coming in like on Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to about it. I live here in Texas. I didn't get a chance to go to the meet and greet because I had that following week me and the family we came up to New York for Lego.
Yeah.
Like that's a conflict because I already got stuff to do the following week. So I hated that so bad, but I am thankful that this opportunity came up. That I was like, man, get to run into some of the brothers again, like we did in Vegas and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to
an impromptu meetup.
Right,
it's an impromptu meetup, man. But everyone's gonna be there, man. The majority of people gonna be there. Man. We're gonna have fun, man. Tay got us 2 rows next to I think he said the bar's gonna be behind us.
Yeah, I pulled the seats up.
Yeah,
online when I looked at it, that looked dope. So
yeah, and the Barclays is every seat is pretty good. It's a bowl. Every seat is pretty good, but it's gonna be dope, man. And we're gonna make a lot of noise, man. And I'm so proud of us, and more to come, man. But thanks, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go lay down and salute to everybody. Salute to Shauna. She held it down. Salute the Queen. Salute the Lovers of Word. D-Man, what up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, Alfred, man, we all gonna connect, man. Yeah, hell yeah, man. And it's important that we have this conversation so we get a better understanding of what the hell's going on, and so we can understand that there's a problem and we could see what we can do to fix it. Cause shit get crazy out here, man. It really does, man. But salute to everybody. The Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. What we got? How many subs we got here? We got 604. So it's a slow cook, and I appreciate y'all, man. For real, I do, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to the Godfather.
Bullshit.
I miss that brother, man. And I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Much love and appreciation. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Bronx on deck.
Bye.